Kicking like Dolomite.
3,
Last one got copyright. I'm kicking like
5
Dolomite.
just to be sure.
Hey, one time,
Last
you
one
ready?
got
Copyright.
Yeah.
Last one got
Okay.
copyright. Hey.
You know what time it is. Every time I rhyme, it's just a sign that I'm about to kill. Yeah, it's time for weapon wheel. We got the skill, we got the games to make me grab the steel. I put a hole in one like Abby did to Joe. Yeah, when it comes to aiming, I don't miss like Master Chief. I'll grab the piece and give your ass a halo just for talking sweet. When it comes to gaming, yeah, you know our team's elite. Check the leaderboards, we run the game. You should pick up your feet. You can't lose them too smooth, just going to admit defeat. And ain't no capping around here, cause like Bond, I keep receipts. The most dangerous, better than these other guys. Try to come for us, what's like between your eyes like Jen Sakai. That's no lie, no prank. I grab the ratchet, no clank, and get my jiggy mask to show you how Jack Move got his name. Yeah.
Weapon Wheel Podcast.
Look. King of the castle like Cooper, captain of the ship. My name ain't Blandry, but don't make me have to hit the switch. We'll dump you overboard, then watch the views. I ain't talking Twitch. Hey yo, Alex, go ahead. Talk to him real quick.
Oh, the Dolomite is my name.
What's good, sir?
This is my game. Dolomite, you heard her.
Claim it, a strike to claim it.
They had the nerve to copyright the game. It's just the bitches. Hey. Say yo, still putting wheels on the pavement. My game so tight, it's like Jordan 1 lazy. We stay in these gaming streets, ain't no way to be dormant. Hey, a Drake will leave your body uncharted like Lost Fortune. Coco Long scene was cute, hey, and yeah, it served its purpose. But I'm trying to give a detailed description of what a hearse is. I say we flip the switch on these against before it get bland. I see a lot of pods jacking the format like Dapper Dan. You hitting the dislike button? You still a fan? Talk slick in the comments and like Dutch, I got a plan. We don't do the sneak diss and that's that stuff that get you banned. Last time we told your was squad up, you start telling gotta go. It's like I play with the sliders up. You just got 30, again turn me, the time is up. Since 2015, we been kicking game knowledge up. Dust your boots and join the crew if you wild enough.
Developers.
Dolomite, you heard her.
40 clips, kicking like Dolomite. Hey, 40 clips. Aimed at your fit beam, shotties, so much ammo, it don't make sense. Trying to compete is a sacrifice, die again in your afterlife. I'm taking a road trip, anytime you get on a fight. Polygons and body counts, that's all that I tend to like. Any other podcast, a copy or look alike. Hey, and what they say? Hey, what I say? Hey, I put them in the dirt. Tussle get hurt, no face, no case, smashed up like a jiggy merch shirt. Sliding in that vet, I'm gonna get back, time to pay that debt. It's time for weapon wheel.
Wonder.
What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon wheel? They watch our moves, they copying still. What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, don't care about your feels. What weapon wheel? They watch our moves, they copying still. Weapon wheel, watch how I show you my weapon wheel. Weapon wheel, watch how I show you my weapon wheel. What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon wheel? They watch our move, they copying still. BG, Black Bond, Jack Move, Kids Move, Blandrew, Alex too. Damn man, that's a heavy crew. Other pods, they don't know what to do. They watching, they copy our every move. And they still fly like the Wii U. Jack Move, we saying, hop off the roof. Long range, no scope, yeah, I'ma shoot. Wanna play games, no David Blaine, but I'll make a nigga go poof. Oh, this not a game. Gang talk, nigga, what you know about the slang. Hop out the range. All black master, don't step out your lane. Every week it's us on your screen. Every weekend we entertain. It's not a thing that gets in between me and my team, me and my gang. When I'm on the beat, you already know. Straight to the top, yeah, we about to blow. BG my dog, he told me let's go. Sit back, relax, it's time for the show. What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon wheel? They watch our moves, they copying still. What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, don't care about your feels. What weapon wheel? They watch our moves, they copying still. Weapon wheel, watch how I show you my weapon wheel. Weapon wheel, watch how I show you my weapon wheel. What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon wheel? They watch our moves, they copying still.
We got the guns on deck, no foul car, but you know I came with a tech. Yeah, since 2015, been stepping on the seat, putting foots on nets. Yeah, set 'em up, super soaker, pump action, wet 'em up, shooting out the. Yeah, we catching up. We bout the games, y'all are bark. Drive by midnight after dark. Gaming knowledge, fortitude. Top two and not the two. Weapon wheel, get the cash and grab the steel. Weapon wheel, out the window.
weapon well, we keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon well, they watch our moves, they copying still. What weapon well, we keeping it true, don't care about your feels. What weapon well, they watch our moves, they copying still. Weapon well, watch how I show you my weapon well. Weapon well, watch how I show you my weapon well. What weapon well, we keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon well, they watch our moves, they copying still.
That's just like my days tell me. If you can read, you can go anywhere you want.
Oh
Mike
shit.
check.
Well, okay. Well, I know how to cook now. I feel that.
Yeah.
Yo. What's up? Come on, don't be stretching all. Don't be stretching all on the mic, bro. We not trying to hear all that. What's good with you?
Oh, we live? We live?
Where's your podcast etiquette? Who raised you?
My podcast etiquette.
Yeah.
Put my feet on your couch now. Put my feet on your podcast couch, nigga.
Okay. Chat, what's up? How y'all doing, man? Let me know if y'all can hear us good.
Hey, BG.
What's up?
Where Bond at?
No idea, but you know where we at. You know when he's ready to jump in. Shout out to Elon Musk for ruining our favorite platform. You know, sabotagings. You know, you gotta be so, you know, when it's crazy to be so rich that like you just purposely be trolling people on the platform you own. That's a different type of rich. That's a next level. Like I'm a troll.
He said
and sabotage my own platform just because he be enjoying it. Like he tweets about like
I thought
people
he said
being
he was
angry.
doing it. I thought he said he was doing it to alleviate some of the bots or the accounts that just get rapidly generated.
I'm pretty sure that's
and
cap.
they'd spam the ads and shit. No, probably.
Pretty sure that's cap.
Or he could just be trying to force y'all to pay for the verified.
Man, that man, too much money. Yeah, that's what they do to you.
Jack, what you think about the Elon thing? And here's the thing, right? Okay, huh? No, I know he was in there.
That was pretty
and
good.
And this is the thing, right? Okay, so.
Oh,
I don't sound like that.
Nah, that was you, Jack. That was definitely you.
Who the fuck calling me? I don't sound like that, man. Hold on, yeah.
Uh-oh, Katie about to ask you about the battle that's happening in December.
Mm-hmm. Who is this?
Nah, you know I'm good for it. You know I'm good for it, Jack, baby.
Who is this God of War gameplay, and why does he keep trying to destroy this thing with the Blades of Chaos? This ice draugr with the Blades of Chaos. When I have to use the axe on them, right? Am I tripping? I don't remember. Whatever.
Oh.
But whatever he was doing wasn't working.
Yo,
you know I gotta
BG.
play Lawnmower Simulator.
What up?
I think it was confirmed that he wasn't even trolling. He was trying to save face, but he didn't pay the bill, bro. He didn't pay Google. They were hosting the Twitter servers.
Yeah.
And he tried to get off the Twitter servers and do their own shit, and it fucked up. So
really,
I think that's the real story that broke recently. Yeah, he just ain't pay Google, so they back with Google now. I think they back with Google now. So that's why it was like temporary. Yeah,
bro, a billionaire not paying his bills is crazy.
That's what the niggas was saying.
Isn't that usually what it is though? The niggas that have the most money be the worst at paying niggas.
Might be.
I mean, that's possible. You usually have a team that pays the bills for you, and it's really easy to miss or delay the payment. It happens all the time
for an entire corporation. No Twitter.
Yeah, absolutely.
niggas, how you don't have auto pay on for Twitter, nigga? That's your water bill. You ain't got auto pay on for Twitter, bro.
No,
somebody didn't pay that invoice. That's all that was. They just forgot to do it.
So fuck boy, man.
Hey man,
man, I gotta shout out the niggas in the Weapon Wheel Discord. They actually pulled up and played games today, bro.
Shout out to them. Great bunch of people in the Weapon Wheel Discord. Great people. Love them to death. How y'all feeling this Sunday, man?
My stomach kind of full. Pause. But
Logic, how are you, sir?
Good, man. Good, man. How are you?
Good, man. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate that. What up, Hustle? It was your birthday the other day. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Oh, happy birthday, Hustle.
Appreciate that. Thank y'all. Yeah, everything good.
What you do for your birthday?
Nah, it was on a Wednesday. I didn't do too much, man. I just went to work and came home. Because my supervisor, I'll make it quick. She was like, yo, Ricky, do you want to take, I can say my name. She said, Ricky, do you want to take off? I said, nah. So it was like 9 o'clock. She was like, I'm sending you home. She said, go home and go do something. I said, all right, cool. So I just went to the bar.
She said to leave the door unlocked. She's like, go home and leave the door unlocked.
Whoa, chill. I know her people.
Don't
do that. Don't do that.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this guy, Alex. Yeah. Watch your fucking mouth, Alex.
Look at Jack. Jack gonna turn on me so bad.
But you turn me on.
There you go. There you go.
Start.
Y'all got
Please. Please don't start.
Trying to talk about this man's birthday and you horny.
Everything good though. Everything's good. Also, BG, thank you for having me. Even though I kind of forgot to remind you about it. My fault about that.
Yeah, no problem. I kind of wanted to wait till more people fell in, but I want to get these intros out the way because I'm actually trying to get to a place where we actually end this podcast under 3 hours. I don't remember the last time we did it. I actually want to try to accomplish that today. Be out of here in a timely fashion. Every time I say that, it fails. We have to do this today. 2 hours and 45 minutes maximum. We're not hitting 3 hours. Guaranteed.
We ain't even got the topics to go that long.
I mean, that don't stop Bond. I'm blaming Bond for the record. It's all Bond's fault every single time. Always Bond's fault. But I don't think he has anything to rant on today. So maybe and he's not here right now. So maybe we can get away with it. But this is Weapon Wheel Podcast, episode 371. We are on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, all your favorite audio live streaming platforms. If you want to support us, check out patreon.com/Weapon Wheel Podcast. There's a bunch of tiers on there that you can support. See what you like best. You could get access to After Dark and Planet Xbox with the $6 tier. You can get access to the Discord. All that good stuff. After Dark, where you can ask us any question. So go check it out. Hit the like button to support the podcast. If you want to submit a video to be featured during the podcast, like what you're watching right now, link is in the description for that. You can just drag and drop your gameplay in there. It's real easy. We appreciate all gameplay submitted. Use most of it, unless it's absolute crap, like terrible quality. That's the only reason I won't use it. But other than that, I use it. So yeah, let's do these intros. First time on the podcast. Logic, what's up, man?
Not much, man.
Plug yourself. Yeah. Anything to plug? Or no?
Nope, not really.
Okay.
People should hopefully see me around Twitter. People know I talk about the business and technology of the gaming industry, and over on the Basement Radio Arcade podcast and my own show, the Enough to Keep Going Weekly Games podcast. And BG invited me over to have a chat. So
yeah,
What games you be playing?
I play a little bit of everything. I play mostly on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 5. I also play on Switch and Steam Deck, but I probably don't spend as much time over there as I should. But I probably play a lot of shooters, racing games, multiplayer games, PvP, and then some other stuff on the edges.
Yeah. Your takes on Brap. That's why I wanted to have you on. Intelligent conversation, I would say, that you usually have. So appreciate you being on. Hustle.
Yeah, hey, I go by the name Hustle and Motivate. I got a new channel coming up. I won't say the name just yet because I got to get the URL down. But it's gonna be a retro gaming channel, and that's kind of why I'm here today.
Okay, cool.
So October-ish. When Spider-Man come out, BG? October 20th,
yeah.
Right?
It's October.
Yeah, something at or around that time is when the first video will be dropping. I kind of got everything together. Yeah.
Which one do you think you'll do better views? You or Spider-Man when it drop?
Wait, say it again for me.
You dropping on the same day as Spider-Man?
Yeah, but it'll be.
Okay.
I'll talk to you about it behind the scenes. But anyway, Jack here already saw like the banner for it and everything, so I got a lot of that stuff together. I got to edit it, and it's gonna be fly. It's gonna be fly. I'm gonna make sure of that. Again, BG, thank you for having me. Yeah. I'll let y'all know more about that in due time.
Jack.
Hello, everyone.
Smooth.
What's up, everybody? It's the best spot. How you guys doing today?
Alex.
What's good? Stacks on deck. You already know I could do my dance fast. I could do my dance slow. Shout out to the Weapon Wheel. We played Rocket League for like 2 hours straight. Got my boys to Diamond Rank. Shout out to we named a nigga Brandon. He didn't have a name, so shout out to Brandon and shout out to my nigga Kazan, bro. We went crazy.
Yo, Orphan, how did
his username is literally never cared anyway. And I said it like 3 times. I said, bro, that's too long. Your name is Brandon for the rest of the day.
You
So
just
shut up,
randomly
Brandon.
Brandon. That's crazy.
Nigga, you want me to say never cared anyway? On your left. I'm not saying it for 2 hours, bro. He Brandon now. He Brandon.
That's wild.
Shout out Brandon.
I mean, you could say that, but
yeah. And I am your host, BG, apparently AKA Barbecue and Banquet. Okay, whatever you want to call me. I guess one of the 3.
Name, huh? You really
one of the 3.
Name, huh?
He acted like he
accept
mad about it too, Jack. That's the funny part.
Yeah, he fucking with that.
The people could name me that, so I guess I got to go along with it, man. It is what it is. But I want to ask y'all before we get into the gaming topics, man. Do y'all think I'm a bully based on Twitter?
I think you
therapy hour.
I'm just curious because it relates to.
I don't even know the question. That's
am I a bully? I just want to know, am I a bully?
BG stupid, JK. BG stupid, JK.
Yeah.
Based on like how I interact
Why
with people on Twitter.
Bully?
Okay,
did you get banned again?
No, because it ties into Tim Dog. So Tim Dog and other Xbox dudes, it's my opinion that the way they interact with Xbox execs on Twitter, I think it's borderline, very weird. It's like idolatry. It's very like Eminem Stan video, acting like these execs are their friends, and I just think it's weird, right? And I voiced that I think it's very odd, and people think I'm mean for it, and I'm a bully, and like I'm just being a jerk. But I genuinely think it's weird when people are tweeting people like Phil Spencer, the Lulu chick, whatever her name is, and just talking to them like.
Yeah.
Talking to them like they're cool, like they're actual friends. I think that's.
Well, some of them play games with them, don't they?
They play games with them, but like, you don't think
I play games with you? I can't say what's up on the timeline, BG.
But like, but bro, saying stuff like, "Oh, love you, bro," and happy 4th of July. Like, bro, I barely tell my father I love him. Like, is that not weird?
Not everybody.
What you on, BG?
No, look,
daddy issues. What the fuck?
No, I tell my father I love him, but not like every time I see him. So when I see somebody like that telling somebody they
you don't like people sharing their feelings and emotions, right?
Nigga, your dad punch card for how many times you tell him you love him for the year?
Y'all can let me know. Y'all can let me know if I'm out of pocket, bro. That's why I'm asking. Do y'all think that behavior is weird or is it just me? I'm really asking.
No, I saw, and I know who you're talking about. I saw somebody wish somebody else a happy 4th of July and stuff like that. If you don't know them like that, then I wouldn't say that. Like, I know y'all and know of y'all and never interacted with enough of y'all on a regular basis. I could tell y'all happy Father's Day, happy birthday, et cetera, et cetera. And that's not weird or odd. I think that when they do that for execs, it's a play that they doing. And I ain't mad at you. Get your clout tokens up or whatever you want to call it. Do what you got to do. But I wouldn't do it. Like, if I don't know you like that, we not talking like that on the internet. I hope you're safe and everything like that, but I don't got to tweet that out, though. It's common knowlage. But I wouldn't. BG, you're not a bully.
BG, you're a borderline bully. I think that's
you're no terrible bully. You're not no bully.
Really. It's like what they really want to just say is like, dude, mind your business, right? Well, so that's pretty much what's going on. And it's like, the thing is that, people are being nice. Xbox is a very close-knit community, and some people don't like the fact that you guys essentially make fun of the efforts that are being made to strengthen that relationship, and so it can be seen that you are being a bully and unreasonable.
Okay. Okay. Listen, and I'm here for that perspective. I just think that I think it's disingenuous on like the exec part. And I think particularly Xbox is using the good guy, we are your friend veil to make themselves look a certain way and to gain favor among the Xbox fans. I think that's a ploy, and I think it's just all fake, right? And I think they are taking advantage of that we are your friend shit, and I just think it's disingenuous. That's my and I just think like the fans are falling for it and they're like feeding into it, and I just think that's
they can't
weird.
Be a nice guy, BG. They can't be. Nice guys.
I think it depends, bro. Like if they really having like, I don't think this is a ton of them. They having genuine interactions with the nigga, playing games with them, having conversations. Now it gets weird if it's never reciprocated. Like if they never like the tweet, retweet, say what's up, yeah, thank you, appreciate you. If you just keep and he ain't is radio silent on his end, then yeah, it looks a little weird. But if they got a relationship with him, I don't think it's weird.
I think it's all weird.
I mean,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I mean, the problem I have with it that I pointed out in that thread, BG, is, I mean, that's all well and good when it's well wishes and slapping each other on the back, but should you ever be a fan who comes up in a thread and not comes up in a thread or even starts one of your own and talks about the criticisms or the shortfalls of Xbox, then you get shouted down, right? All the excuses come out. That's the problem that I have that's problematic is only the good positive feedback gets championed and cheerleaded and pom-pommed when, you know, those individuals are spoken to, but any of the negative feedback, you know, that's never taken into account as reality.
Yeah, because I feel like my interaction, if I'm tweeting to a dev or an exec, it's mostly to complain about something, you know, like to air a grievance. I'm not like trying to be buddy and friendly with you.
You don't like seeing people being nice to each other. That's all, bro.
No, that's not it. But no, other like your contemporaries, your peers, sure. But like an exec, like the
here's a good question.
The line is
BG,
being blurred and thinned, and I think it's strange.
BG, why don't you ever feel inclined to say good things to the developers when you're having fun on the game?
I do. I have done that.
Fuck. You just told us that the only time you ever do it is when you want to complain.
Mostly because listen,
okay.
If I need a correction or something's wrong, that's when I'm gonna contact you. It's like, I don't know, it's like 911. I'm not calling 911 to say, hey, you're doing a great job. Like, no, I got a problem. That's when I'm gonna contact you.
That's crazy.
And that's just me. And like I said,
I think it's weird. I give an example. Like, there's this artist that we just joined. A couple of us joined their Discord a few days ago, and we was listening to him make music right now, asking our opinion, like, what y'all think about this? What y'all think about this? I wouldn't feel weird about tweeting him publicly or whatever the fuck. Like, I ain't about to be in this nigga DMs talking about Happy Easter, nigga. Like, I don't know. Like I said, they playing games with this nigga for hours. I don't know.
And they're like, oh, if Jim Ryan, you know, if you had the chance to talk to Jim Ryan, you would like, bro. If Jim Ryan,
they 100% would.
No, but here's the thing: if Jim Ryan tweeted me, I don't care about having a conversation with this man unless I can get him on Weapon Wheel, because then I can monetize you. I can make money off of you.
So you're a slut. Jack,
no,
how do you think that conversation?
I'm an opportunist. I'm an opportunist. Like I'm not getting hype off talking to Jim Ryan unless I can profit off of him. What is being like? I don't care about being friends with none of these execs. It's not doing anything for me. Unless I can get you on Weapon Wheel and then I can monetize the episode and take advantage of you being on. No, just talking to you on Twitter.
So you want to take
advantage
of Jim? You want to take advantage of Jim Ryan?
Oh, so you gotta put. Why you guys gotta be such?
Like.
You literally just said,
Jack.
but I'm not making up anything. You said you want to
Jack.
Take
if you get
monetarily, I absolutely want to take advantage of Jim Ryan.
So you want to abuse Jim Ryan monetarily? Is what you said?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Jack, if I sent you an invite to Asana and it's me, Jim Ryan, and you, what would you say to him? It's just us, no mics, no cameras. What would you say to him?
I'm gonna say room for one more. I'm gonna show up.
And here's the thing: I'm not gonna be like trying to be Jim Ryan's friend. That's the last thing I care about. And if I did ever have the chance to, if I ever did have
you gonna tell him that when y'all meet? I don't want to be your friend. It's the last thing I care about.
I don't have to tell him that. I think that's a foregone conclusion. And I'm inviting Jack. I'm making sure Jack's there because I know Jack has big problems with Jim Ryan. I would make sure he airs that out. It would be straight business for me. I'm trying to make money off you. I'm not trying to be your friend.
When did you turn into the Fonz, nigga? When did you turn into Too Cool for School BG? Like, you know,
it's not too cool for school. That's not too cool for school. Like, when have you ever like? Whenever we ever cared about like being friends with executives, I don't get that.
But you wouldn't shy away from it. Then like look like, hey, I'm gonna let you know right now, nigga, it's just business. I'm here to abuse you, nigga. Like it's over with.
That's always how I behave.
You talking to the superstar Weapon Wheel. It's only business, nigga.
I mean, bro, I've interviewed devs on this channel. Y'all know that, and like,
did you curse them out behind the scenes, nigga? Goddamn.
But that's not what I'm saying.
You know when they go in the grocery store.
But did I try to be their friend after? Did I try to be their?
But
did I try to be their friend after the interview? That's what I'm saying.
Hey, that tell-all BG Lifetime documentary about to be crazy.
Like I said,
okay,
I was trying to get the temperature
straight
check.
tears, nigga. That's gonna be crazy.
I was just trying to get the temperature check.
What would you think his documentary, Surviving Skeletor? That's what his documentary would be.
Oh man,
Surviving Abra Media. That's gonna be crazy. Then he told me to put on the dating glasses, and I didn't want to, but
I don't know where this is going.
He told me it's either SSD or his D. I didn't know what they going crazy.
Anyway, I was just trying to get a temperature check. See, maybe I'm a bully.
You want to check us? Oh Lord, have mercy.
What, bro? The podcast just started. How are y'all this sus?
Freaky ass nigga. He's a freaky ass nigga. How you gonna do it, bro?
Jack and Alex went straight to the sus land.
How, nigga? You
never mind.
Come on, bro.
Never mind.
You don't want ruffling. You don't want grabbing niggas by their collar talking about don't talk to me. I'm gonna interview you, but don't talk to me. You don't want nigga bullying niggas. Like what?
You're right, Smooth. I'm just a bully.
Yeah, he was right.
Like I said, I made my stance clear. I don't care about talking to nobody. None of these execs unless I can make money off you. That's just my thing. So I think other stuff is weird. But, okay.
Lord bless you, brother.
We can move on. God bless everybody who thinks they're friends with these people. Yes, where do we start? I don't know if we should start with AEW because I did give Bond a code for it. I know Smooth and Hustle played it. Maybe Bond could give us his opinions later. So
Hustle's been streaming it, yo.
So yeah, let's start with AEW Fight Forever. I don't even know what this is on Metacritic. I assume it's like maybe in the 70s or something.
Damn.
I don't know either. I can check that out before we get started.
It doesn't have that many reviews. I'm looking at, is this for PC? I only see PC reviews and it has a 68. I don't see.
Yikes!
Damn.
Oh no. It has a 65 for PS5 with 35 reviews.
That's
okay.
That's cat.
Okay. But yeah, just wanted to put it out there. So yeah, Hustle, give us your thoughts on AEW Fight Forever.
All right, quick thoughts. I'm going to go slightly above that Metacritic score and give it a 7 out of 10. Now, the reason why I'm giving it a 7 out of 10 and really not the 9 out of 10 that I hoped that it would be is because there are a lot of missing match types in this game. It's a lot of missing features. One of the things that I really hate about this age in gaming is that shit got day one DLC, DLC on the disc. In order to get Matt Hardy and Broken Matt Hardy, you had to pre-order the game. Now I pre-ordered the game, paid it off, right? But if you didn't do that, so you won't have access to Matt Hardy, which is odd because Matt Hardy got to AEW long before Jeff Hardy, and Jeff Hardy's a playable character off rip. But they gave Matt Hardy away in the pre-order bonus. FTR, the top guys. Bond, I don't know if Bond still watches AEW.
You already know why the top guys aren't there because those trampoline cowboys run.
Yo, Mike Lobon.
Well, he's talking about me.
Called them trampoline cowboys. You talking about Chris Jericho?
No, the Young Bucks.
He's talking about the Bucks. Well, Bond, they actually are there. They got a podcast apparently, and they made a big fucking deal about them not being in the game at all. And apparently, if you're in the game, they got to pay you royalties for it. So I think that's why they made a really big stink about that.
Oh, fire! That's good now.
Yeah. Oh, so it's a lot of people that's missing, but
hold up.
What's up?
No, go ahead. I was just ad-libbing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nah. So FTR are in the game, and I actually I paid the little season pass, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I paid the season pass to unlock them, as well as Keith Lee and the Bunny, which they have a limitless Bunny pack. Hook Van Housen, they're gonna be there a little bit later, and one of the match types that's missing right now is called Stadium Stampede. Now, Stadium Stampede is supposed to be their version, I believe
you're talking about football fuckery.
Yeah, somebody made it seem like it was supposed to be their version of the Royal Rumble, but I'm like, nah, they got the
Casino Royale.
I know, right. So I think I misunderstood what somebody typed in the chat. Shout out to my boy Yobi. I think I misunderstood what he was saying, but Stadium Stampede apparently is supposed to be an online mode, and that's supposed to come later along the lines. Somebody had data mined the game, and that's how we know that mode is coming soon. That's some bullshit, number one. And I'm really hoping it's a free update and they don't make you pay for any game modes. One of the game modes is actually missing, and it actually should be there. It's a steel cage match. Now I want to talk about.
They don't have that. What?
Nah, they don't got the steel cage match. Yo, they have a ladder match, but they don't have a tag team ladder match. Mind you, this game has Matt and Jeff Hardy in it. The fucking, I don't want to say pioneers the ladder match. However, them Edge and Christian had some classic ladder matches along with the Dudley Boys. They actually, you cannot do a tag team ladder match. Actually, certain stipulations like the last man standing mode or like the lights out match, you can't even do that. You can only do that in like the one-on-one matches. You can't do that in any tag team matches. You can't do that in any three-way dances. So like that mode is like extremely limited. And I know I'm harping on this game, and I kind of wrote a lot of shit down. I'm really harping on this game, but at its core, it's No Mercy 2.0 to me. Like, the shit fire, dog. Like, it's, if you were looking for that retro style game, the way it's not a simulation, the way it's not like WWF, this is the perfect counterpart. And this game can survive. There's a lot to unpack with my my whole thing here, right? Kenny Omega had beef with Ukes. This was later confirmed on AEW Unrestricted, the most recent episode. I think it's like toward the end of that episode, the gentleman who was the business manager, he had kind of confirmed it, like, said, yo, Kenny wanted certain things in the game, and he got a lot of pushback from Ukes. You got to kind of read between the lines on that. And it was first reported that Kenny Omega and Ukes wasn't getting along by a company called or a channel called Wrestle Talk. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Wrestle Talk. Right. So that was where I first got that information from. And with the CEO, this business person who Tony Khan had hired for the game, he had kind of confirmed it. But you got to kind of read between the lines to get that answer. I like the microtransactions because like everything that you let me finish. Everything that you do in game, like aside from the roster, like you get cash for every single thing that you do in the game. So everything that's available in that shop, like you can literally buy it. I damn near had like $80,000 after like 2.5 hours of playing the game. And that's just me just fucking around in the
Now what can you get with that? Like some tidy whities, boots, character?
You could. Actually, you can get those things. You can get characters. Aubrey Everett and Cody Rhodes are the first two characters that are available to get. You could get different move sets for different wrestlers. You could also get different music. You can get a variety of things. You can get like different barricades, and because you can make your own arenas and everything in there too. So like they don't have like AEW Collision, which is a new show that just came out. But if you really wanted to make that like an arena itself, you could do that. They go on crazy with the mods on PC too, apparently. So it's a lot of like great things from here. Like Bond, you don't have to really spend your own money for this. I think the only thing that you would probably have to pay for, honestly, is the roster itself. Because I don't think that anything else is behind the paywall. I think that you just play the game and you just get the cash, and for all the cash that you get and everything that you get, you can buy like different move sets, you can buy different music. There's a lot of like hidden music, different moves and things like that. Like they got the 3D in there. So this is like No Mercy, the way you'll go to that item shop. And it seems like they're adopting like the Fortnite model to this. I locked, what was that? Aubrey Edwards, Cody Rhodes, and it was like 2 outfits for like Matt and what's the Bucks names? Bon, Matt and I think Jeff.
Matt
and Nick.
Balding Buck and Broken Buck.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you have that. But for those two guys, and how they're rolling it out is like Fortnite. So like every week it's more like different. It'll be different items every week, from what I understand. You
like a battle pass.
Yeah, like a battle pass. You got different challenges that you can play every week. Like I saw one of those challenges was like, hey, if you beat somebody with Anna J 50 times, then you unlock certain like 10,000 AEW cash bucks or something.
God
like
damn, 50 matches, nigga. God damn.
I mean, you can win a match in like 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Like the specials in this game are way more powerful than the ones in the N64 games. Like you could take like 2-3 specials in like the older games and possibly kick out. Sometimes in this game, you take one, that could be a wrap.
Yeah, even on normal, it's like that. Like I gotta up the difficulty because it's becoming way too easy. But on the flip side of that, though, Bon, I was playing with Britt Baker and against like Yoshida in the lights out mode. I don't even think I was tapping the buttons and I could not get the fuck up. And I was like, wait, I said, I know I'm doing it right. But like,
yeah,
no,
it's weird. Like they do like a small package. They'd be getting like deep 2s and then you're not even hurt.
Right. Yeah. It's okay. So I thought it was just me. For a minute.
Like in the older games, like however long you were the count was like a metric of how much damage you've taken. Like you try to pin somebody early in the match, you might not even get like a 1 count, or you might get like barely a 1 count or barely a 2 count. But them deep 2s, like a minute into the match, that's kind of nerve wracking.
That shit is, it's insane. Yes, sir.
I got a couple questions for you, Hustle. First question: is Baron in the game?
No.
Nah, he's unfortunately he's not in the game.
He not in the crowd. Nothing.
Nah.
The referee.
There's no signs. There's no signs of Baron.
Isn't in either.
Oh, okay. Second question. I watched your stream when you were playing. I didn't see any. Is there any blood in this game?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my
There's
fucking
like
god.
exploding
Yes.
barbed wire matches and shit.
So I wanted to bring that up because I wrote that down too. So one of the specialty matches, it's a gimmick match for sure. You can play that match every now and again, but one of the matches is the exploding barbed wire match. And Bond, have you seen the Easter egg to that match at the end?
Probably, I heard about it. It's what the Kingston Moxley, where the sparklers come out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it's only one sparkler. That I got a kick out of that. I was trying to get that mode myself, but I was trying to record it and get it, but I didn't see it yet. Pretty much every 2 minutes, if you have your opponents on the ropes, pun intended, I guess, it gives you an opportunity to try to come back. And I recorded some footage earlier. I think I had Kenny Omega versus Eddie Kingston. And I fucking around lost that. I was beating the dog shit out this nigga. And I still lost toward the end. Like that. And I was talking about how you can kick out and like how it's real difficult to kick out. He didn't even do that much damage to me. I think he threw me into the barbed wire and I was just like down. And I tried to like hit the buttons to get up and I could not get up. It's some bullshit, but it's a whole like lot of fun. Bond, since you are here, and Smooth, I can ask you too. What do y'all think of the mini games?
The mini games are trash.
Oh man, I'm the only one who liked the mini games. Okay,
I've only played 2 hours of this game, so it won't take me long. This isn't my review. This would probably be more like initial impressions. If my initial impressions of this game, I'd probably give it like a 5 or a 6 out of 10 right now. So we already have Hardhead in the chat asking, why am I complaining that we have to use the analog stick instead of the D-pad?
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, obviously, if anybody was playing these games in the past, Hardhead, we played on the D-pad. You didn't use the analog stick. So that right there knows that you're a fraud. You weren't playing these games back in the day. Other complaints I had were obviously like the roster, like no FTR. Like, how the fuck Botchasaurus gets in the game, but FTR is not there? Adam Cole wasn't even like in AEW and well long after FTR and things of that nature, which is wild. The match types are there's no excuse for lack of match types in 2023.
Nope.
Like you should at least have like all the match types like Revenge, WCW NWO, Virtual Pro, 2000. It's like, come on, and I don't get it. This game took a really long time, and to me, this game kind of feels like it's in beta. Some things I do like are, I'm a big fan of rope breaks because I think pinning and ring placement is very important in wrestling games. People that are dumb that don't know how to pin, ring placement is a skill. Whether to apply a submission, a pin, or whatever is a skill. I think the game's kind of clunky, though. I don't think it's as responsive or as smooth as the N64 games. Like in the N64 games, you could hit somebody with a counter hit. You could tap the run. You could hit. You could tap run, hit a punch, easy, quick. Like this, I feel like. And another thing that bothers me, I had to change the run button to X on the Xbox, whatever the top button, whatever control you're using, or Y or triangle. Running with B and then having 2 strike buttons on the left is just awkward. It's always been like the top button. So that's kind of weird. I guess been playing way too many GameCube wrestling games. I think the run game is very clunky, which annoys me. Now, I don't really have you played the GameCube games, the 18 and 19 Logic?
That was Hustle talking before.
Or Hustle. Have you played the GameCube games?
No, so I only played WWF No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000 and what's that, Revenge. I only played those Aki games. I haven't played the other ones just yet.
I think 18 and 19 are some of the best wrestling games because collision detection is like on point, instant, 60 frames. You can run a lot, and I'm not a person that runs a lot, but I like to ground people from running. But now the whole game is you have to ground people. There really is no run game. Like, and when I mean like run game, like it's like rock, paper, scissors, punch, grab, run. And then when you run, there's another rock, paper, scissors, punch, grab. Like now it's like, if you're like right next to somebody, you can't like run and hit. You'll just like stumble into it. It doesn't work. The hit detection is kind of clunky. It's kind of weird that you can execute specials via a weak grapple. That's kinda, that's kind of goofy.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could just
Oh,
you could just
Bond,
catch
you know what,
somebody on
though?
a signature move or a special move off of a weak grapple. That's coin to me. I'm almost done. The creator wrestler is trash. I think the hit detection is kind of awkward. It's 2023 and like some moves magnetize into each other. I'm surprised there's no commentary in 2023. I mean,
Yeah, that's my biggest
Damn,
complaint,
they ain't got
bro.
no match commentary?
Yeah,
No,
you in the
like-
match quiet. All you hearing is
Yep.
bodies hitting the mat.
and like at the end of the match, then you'll hear like, "Oh, this is a slobber knocker." Like I would like to have like, I mean, I guess it's a plus to have no. I'd rather have no commentary than have
But
Excalibur.
Bond, tell me this though. Bond, tell me this. How the hell you got Jim Ross and no commentary?
Facts.
It doesn't make sense.
None. But I'm saying I'd rather
They didn't pay him for it.
I'd rather have no commentary than listen to Excalibur because I think Excalibur sucks.
Oh,
and
man.
another thing that is wild in this game is it just Aubrey Edwards or does Rick Knox count slow as balls too?
It depends on what mode you play. Like
that
that
ref count is
slow. Yes, it is.
Oh my god!
And not only is it slow, I feel like they take a while to get to in motion.
Should be
Yeah, they
taking,
gotta
like,
get that.
It takes
Yeah.
like 3 seconds just to get into position, just to like to make the count, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? My last thing is I really can't make this criticism to the N64 games, more of a GameCube thing. The most popular mode me and my friends played on the GameCube versions was Tag Tornado. And the GameCube versions, you were allowed to interrupt any move before it's executed. So if somebody, like, for example, were to hit you with a stunner, if Austin kicks you in the gut, if your partner runs over and hits a clothesline or a drop kick before the stunner completes, it'll stop the move. Somebody goes up for a super, like you could literally interrupt any move, which makes like team 2-on-2s fun as hell because you not only got to be good, but you got to be on point with the help game, like the double team moves, the breaking up shit. But like, No Mercy didn't really have that. You couldn't really interrupt an N64, so I can't penalize it for that. So it's a little bit better where you can break up moves, but overall, I think this game's kind of like a beta. I really like. I hate to say it needed like 3 to 6 months because the game should have been out last year, but like. This game needed a lot more, and I expected a lot more. Some things I do like, though. I do like the dedicated punch and kick buttons, because that always kind of frustrated me in the old games, where the only option you had to punch and kick were your distance. Like, if you were further away, you'd get a kick. If you're up close, you'd do a punch, things of that nature. So I do like, the different punch and kicks. I do like the signature move. The signature move is good, but I don't. Maybe signature moves should be able to get away with a weak grapple, but I do not think you should be able to weak grapple and special somebody. I don't like that.
Okay.
Can I respond to that?
Real quick, I want to get just Smooth's quick opinion, and then Hustle, you could have the last comment, and then we got to move on after that.
All right,
Smooth,
cool.
your thoughts.
Yeah. So what I'm going to say is that like the game for me, I agree with the whatever is Metacritic score. I'm at about like a 6. Again, initially it does feel like the No Mercy WrestleMania stuff, but the problem is looking at this game and you consider all the modes and all the stuff that was in those games 20 years ago that's not in this game. Now I am speaking from a bias because I'm not a fan of AEW. I'm WWF, WWE all through. So the thing is, the only characters I'm familiar with are the people that are from WWE, but they're all old and past their prime. The roster is extremely weak. One of the things I loved about wrestling games, even dating back to like back in the day, like No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000, was presentation. And this game's presentation is weak. Like if anybody has a cool intro, you won't know in this game because they don't go
like
all the way
10
to the ring.
seconds.
Yes,
That's right.
You come up, they do a couple of animations, and then next thing you know, it's time for the next person to go. I was like, all right, so they don't even get to the ring. They don't do no poses. I was like, dude, I'm like, that's crazy. So the one thing I give this game credit for is I know Bond criticized I like the whole customization they got with the creator wrestler, the creator arena, and like putting together like move sets. I think that's it's cool. It's the only thing it feels like they put effort into. But as far as like what content wise, the game is extremely lacking. So it gets boring very quickly. And I've been doing like the Road to Elite and stuff like that. And that mode is extremely dated. I'm talking about like it's like it feels like back when SmackDown first added like a serious story mode, but you have to read everything. They got all these wrestlers and not a single voice actor. Like they literally had Jeff Hardy making just sounds like wah, 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 wah.
You sound like Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, I'm not gonna penalize the game on the story mode. Like I really don't care about the story mode, but I'm more interested in how the game plays, the match types, and the creator wrestler. And the creator wrestler looks kind of ass.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it gets the job done. Like I was able to create, a character. I went and make them like with the movesets and the outfits and the intro. I was able to do that, but the thing is, like, you putting all this effort in, and this you really don't get the benefit of it. So, but in this game is costing about $60, and Hustle, you bought the battle, you bought the expansion.
Yeah, I bought everything to it. Don't shame me. Don't shame me.
Man, that's that's bad. But I mean, like I said, I've been playing it and whatnot, but it's one of those things like there is some fun to be had, for those people who
it's
play
fun.
like the classic game. There's definitely some fun to be had into it. It's just
the problem is this: whenever we go to the beach in the summer, we play Revenge all the time. Like that's like the after party. Like before we go out, hit up bars, whatever. We play like Revenge. Wake up the next morning, like that's what we like to do. We'll relax and play Revenge. I don't think my friends would want to play this game over like Revenge or No Mercy. And that's not even because of the roster or anything. It's just like, I don't know. It just feels kind of clunky and strange. I mean, it feels familiar, but it feels different at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Hustle, last comments?
Yeah, real quick. Bond, doing the specials, it's like Def Jam Fight for New York, to where you don't have to do the strong grapple. You just do a light grapple and you flick up the right thumbstick and I think a directional button. Number one. Number two, Smooth. If I had to recommend that you pick anybody, because you're not too familiar with the product now, pick Kenny Omega. If as far as the men go, pick Britt Baker as far as the women go, or Shira or Shira.
I've been riding with my own character. I've been playing with like Jeff Hardy a lot. He's an easy one to use, and then after that, I play with a couple of the characters like they're trash, and I created my own dude, and I'm beating people ass with him. So
I like Malachi Black. The Black Mask is good.
I have not played with him yet. Real quick,
and he's got a nice little leg sweep as well.
Oh yeah.
Yes, during the Casino Battle Royale, instead of like what WWF does, instead of like the simulation where it's like a mini game and you throw people over the top rope, I think if you just get them weak enough, or you can just kind of throw them into the rope and just kind of punch them over. I like that ease of like what that is. I didn't know that you can kind of change some buttons around, because Bond, I'm gonna take your advice on that, because running with O or for
it's weird. It's fucking weird.
Yeah,
because if you're running with B, you got to go straight from B to Y or X, as opposed to if you're running with Y, you just go or in your case triangle, you just go from straight square to O. It's easier to have your run button in the middle of the two.
For sure.
I'm still surprised there's people in the Discord right now saying, why is a complaint that you have to use the analog and not the D-pad? Like, did these people even play the old games?
I want to respond to that too. As a person who literally just played No Mercy like a week ago, yeah, the D-pad is the optimal way to actually move your character around, dog. That ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Like, it's more like a fighting game. So I would just look at it like that. But using the pad, using the L3 to like click in, I was clicking that joint in, moving around by accident. So I'm facing the wrong person accidentally on several occasions, even when I was playing the game yesterday, even when I played today. Really quick, one of the things that I love about it is that at the end of like the singles matches, from what I've experienced, I think if you have a heel character, because I had Britt Baker, and I'm not sure if she's a heel or a face in this one, but at the end of the match, I was beating the shit out of because you could take control of your character, and I was just beating the shit out of like the girl who I was facing and everything, and you can kind of like spam your specials and all that. I like little stuff like that. I love the fact that you can throw people in the barricades.
I like the chain wrestling thing. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
It makes you like guess and shit.
Yeah, for sure. And
I like that a lot better than the old games where it's just a test of strength, mash the buttons until your hands fucking get arthritis.
Yeah, well, yeah. And really quick about the ladder match, just really quick. that needs improvement in terms of we need like I want a 3-way. I just want more stipulations on the ladder match. That's what I really want. I want more stipulations for the lights out. I want that to be in more options. I want to play the way that I want to play. And really quick, it's a goddamn shame the way the intros in WWF No Mercy are longer than the ones in this game.
Yeah,
that's a goddamn shame.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
Another thing I do like in the GameCube versions, this wasn't really displayed into like Day of Reckoning. But obviously, like in the GameCube versions, when you work the body part, you could like see it and attack it and make them submit. So I do like location-specific damage.
Yes.
That's always a good thing, because like people would always complain, like, you know, if you were fighting against Shawn Michaels back in the day, abdominal stretches. You were fighting against Kurt Angle back in the day, or Edge, sleeper holds. You know, like Austin, you got to work them knees, work that net. Like you got to, like, different characters have different weaknesses based on their injuries and shit.
He said, "Work that neck."
I'm just, you understand what I'm saying,
work that
right?
neck, baby. Yes,
No, I get it. I get it.
So good. No, good
Shout out
breakdown.
Logic.
Good breakdown, y'all. Appreciate all that insight into the game. Sounds good. Appreciate that.
I mean, I hope it gets better. I mean, they're gonna get updates. I mean, like I said, to me, like I feel like the game is like kind of like in a beta, so hopefully like they can make updates and make it better. Like the core of the game, I see where they're going, but like for example, I do a drop kick. If I miss, my dude's on the ground for 3 seconds. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I've noticed.
Like,
that.
it's just like little things that are like, I don't know. Like I said, I give it a 5-6. Like, if they were to come out with it, like, let's be real. We all thought WCW NWO was amazing, but it wasn't until Revenge came out we really realized how good wrestling games were.
Yeah.
So maybe this is the WCW NWO, and next year's Revenge. We'll see.
Wait, really quick before I go. Wait, my fault, BG, my fault. This game will not be an annual release game like the WWF games right now. They said they're going to work on it for the next 3 years. That's why my score is what it is, and that was it. Okay. Have fun with the game if y'all enjoy it. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all later.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
All right, brother.
Appreciate it, man. So yeah, as long as they're going to continue to support it,
Support it,
yeah.
Can
my
become
last
a much better
thing
game.
I
wanted to say that I don't like. You know how like you press R to block punches and press L to block grabs, but you can hold R so you can't be hit. I do not like how they allow you to hold L to hold block grab. I do not like that.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to so a bunch of information. I don't want to talk about the actual FTC hearing, all that lawyer shit necessarily.
We need to talk about that.
But there's a list of things that are interesting that have come out from that. Like
bring those up, BG.
Yeah, that's what I want to bring up. So
bring those up, brother.
So Microsoft considered, I guess is the right word, considered and made like just a list of everybody that they could possibly acquire, right? And I think I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Now, the only question I have, right, because I'm not sure what my thoughts is, but I need the answer to: are these studios? Did they actually actively try to acquire these studios,
here we go?
No, Jack. This has nothing to do with what me and you are gonna debate about. This is a genuine question. Are these studios that they actually reached out to actually, hey, we want to acquire you? Or are these studios that they just brainstormed and said, okay, we could reach out and try to acquire this like list of 100? I really want to know that, because
the list. My bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, because that changes my opinion on it.
Yeah, the list of the 100 that you saw were people that was just their internal list of their internal review. They never made it to talking to them. The people that they got were requesting to talk to was made that final 4, which included Sega, Bungie, and Zynga and Paradox and all that stuff. Where it was only a list of 4. That was the ones where they might have talked to them at that point.
That final watch list.
Yeah, the final watch list.
Okay, because I put it on screen. It should appear in a second. Because my thing was, okay, if Xbox actively tried to reach out to this long ass list of developers, then I was like, y'all are insane. Y'all are just doing anything at this point and just using a shotgun method to acquire anybody, right? But if you just created a list of potentials that you might think about reaching out to. I actually have no problem with that, right? But but Jack, what's your grievance that you want to get to? Let's get this out the way.
Well, almost coming up on 3 years ago, there were rumors, murmurings amongst the community that, hey, it looks like Xbox and Sega got something going on, right? And me being Jack Moo, the studious guy I am, I looked into it. I'm like, you know what? That seems very feasible that this shit might happen, right? So I just happened to bring it up on the podcast. I think I mentioned it on Twitter a few times. And none other than Broken Games Barbecue BG.
That's me.
The comedian of the bunch. He had all these jokes and who killed Biggie and Tupac? Oh, yeah, the conspiracy theorists, this,
Good
that, and the
stuff.
third. Laughing stuff. Ha, ha, ha. The chat laughing. Ha, ha, ha. Jack Moo stupid, Jack Moo crazy. And lo and behold, not even 18 months, 24 months later, it's coming out that it was true, brother. Can I get my apology, BG? Can I get my apology, brother?
Apology for what?
You laughed at me, you ridiculed me when I said I feel like Xbox is trying to acquire Sega. You act like that was just the most impossible shit you had ever heard in your goddamn life, brother. Can I get an apology for that?
What I laughed at was not that the possibility of Xbox actually wanting to acquire Sega, is that they would. That's what I said wasn't going to happen, and it didn't happen.
That would be very devastating. I don't see what's funny about that.
And from the video,
and let me say this, right? Because people, when this came out, people were like, "Oh man, BG, you were wrong. Give Jack his flowers and all." Hold on. Pump your brakes a sec. Jack is right about something once a year. I'm right about something.
I'm right about something quite often, brother. You just don't
hold on. But I'm right about something like every 2 weeks. And nobody wants to give me my flowers. Matter of fact, y'all owe me a bouquet by now. Where are my flowers? I like tulips. I like dandelions. I like roses. Where are my flowers? How about that one?
You need to close your tulips. Listen, this is why BG think he right about something every 2 weeks, right?
Ever the Jiggy League?
He just say contradictory shit all the time, so no matter which way it play out, he gonna be right about the shit. That's what BG do. See, I remember Xbox University saying this about you, and I thought he was tripping at the time. But BG is the loophole god, okay?
Oh, man.
He'll say some slick shit at the beginning of his statement to make it to where if the shit do play out, he be like, well, I never technically went against that. But then if it don't play out, he be like, see, I told you at the beginning, right? So BG's a slick motherfucker. Don't let this dude fool y'all, okay? All I know is every time we was saying shit that was gonna happen, BG was the first person to, well, technically, and he had all these goddamn jokes, and it was Richard Pryor all of a sudden, but now it ain't too funny, is it, BG? I need my goddamn apology.
Sega confirmed that they had, at least right now, have no interest in being purchased, so I was right, actually.
That's cool.
Bungie said the same thing, bro.
I know, it could happen, but like I said, I was saying that it wasn't going to happen, and it hasn't. So everybody that wants me to give Jack his flowers, when y'all give me my bouquet for all the shit I've been right, I'll give Jack one flower out of that bouquet when y'all hand me what I deserve. How about that?
From the video, it wasn't you saying you were. Every example that Jack was given about the hints of Sega being in talks with Microsoft, you were refuting that. That's what he's talking about.
You see that?
Like,
though,
remember when they was posting on the social media, and Jack was like, "All I'm saying is Sega is posting stuff to make us believe Xbox is in talks with them." And you said, "Okay, well, who killed Amelia Earhart?" or some shit.
Thank you. I know I'm not crazy, bro.
But that wasn't that. That was just they had a partnership at the time. That's all it was.
But Jack was the thing Jack was saying was they're in talks and they're hinting, and you made him seem like he was crazy and reading into it, but he's like they're literally hinting at the fact that they're talking to Xbox.
Bro, it was so much shit lining up. It was so much stuff lining up every time we would bring up some BG. Just it's a joke. Like, brother, you trying to make people feel like they crazy, bro. That's the thing. That's with you, bro. I know I wasn't crazy. I
love you, brother, but they did not.
Can you know that was right though, BG? Come on, brother. Just this once.
You were right. You were right about suspecting that Xbox was interested, but apparently Xbox is interested in anything with two legs.
But that's hey, listen, it be like that. They got to play the field. They got to survey the field. I ain't mad at that.
Based on these lists, Xbox interested in you, nigga. If you got lungs and if you breathe air, like
I'm ready. I'm ready to sell out.
So it wasn't like they were being very stringent on their requirements. But Logic, I want to know, what are your thoughts on just seeing this list of prospects that Microsoft made for acquisitions.
One question I want to ask before I answer that is, so given that we know that the last throws in Sega before they made the decision to exit the hardware part of the business was their bad relationship and their inability to cooperate well with Sega of America. So given that past history, do we think it's realistic that Sega would allow themselves to be once again acquired, not once again, but to be acquired by a U.S. company where that would be where they would be taking their direction from?
If the money right. I think if the money right there, do it.
I think Xbox and Sega is such a strange and odd pairing. Like I just don't see it well together. Like, you know,
bro,
I just don't.
That would be so crippling though, bro. Like, I'm gonna just go over this one more time. Imagine a world where PlayStation is not getting no more Atlas JRPGs. They only going to PC, Xbox, and probably the Nintendo Switch. Imagine
They said if it happened, it would be multi-plat. They would treat them like
they full of shit.
I'm just telling you what they said. I don't know.
Bruh. That is a crippling move to where games that were synonymous with PlayStation like Yakuza and Persona would never see the light of day of a PlayStation system again. That's some crippling shit. Or they can hold it over their head and demand some astronomical stuff in return. Like, bro, that would be horrendous for PlayStation. Like, I don't think people realize how damning that would be. I know a lot of PlayStation dudes like to act like, you know, seeing new Persona games announced and remakes ain't impressive no more because Xbox the ones that showing them first and they day one in Game Pass. That's gonna hurt, bro. That's gonna hurt. It's the same way if Final Fantasy wasn't on PlayStation. You see how they use a Final Fantasy like an exclusive game now? That's how they used to use Persona and Yakuza. Do your research. So yeah, that ain't no good look, bro.
Just what I've seen and observed of Japanese business culture, I have a hard time seeing that they would become subordinate to a U.S. corporation. But that's just my perspective.
I mean, realistically, like, what was the last major Japanese company to even be bought up by Sony or Nintendo? I feel like Japanese companies that are like pretty big really don't even sell themselves out a lot unless like they're going out of business.
I don't think that's true though.
Name some. I don't really know.
If you look at Capcom, the Saudi Arabian government just put over $1 billion of how much money.
I mean from like Sony or Nintendo, like first party.
We should definitely differentiate between investments and acquisitions.
Well, Tango Gameworks got acquired by Microsoft. That's a Japanese company.
I'm talking about.
Well, they were already owned by Bethesda.
Like you'll see companies like Insomniac and Guerrilla and Naughty Dog and Bungie and companies like that be acquired, but you don't see like the Konamis, the Capcoms, the Square Enixes, the Namco Bandai.
So
you don't see like.
So let me ask a question. You don't think it's no credence to all them Square Enix and well, I guess PlayStation is.
By the way, real quick, Sega was created in the U.S. but is based in Japan now.
I mean, Microsoft tried to buy Nintendo on their first out, so
yeah.
I mean, like, let's be real. Microsoft's only strategy in gaming is to spend money,
which is okay to use your strength.
They're the guy at the poker table that has no game, but other than the largest pot size.
Go
ahead, Logic.
So to answer your question, BG, like the list of companies that Microsoft was looking to acquire, I just don't make any like major deal out of that. So every year, every company does something called AOP or annual operating planning by business unit, where directors, VPs of business units have to, run the numbers and determine what they expect they're going to earn in revenue out of their given business unit. So, and part of that is what their M&A activity is going to be. So that's an exercise that gets run every year, gets run all across Microsoft in different operating segments. The fact that Microsoft is kind of on an acquisition offensive, I would say, coming out of last generation going into this one, just means that they expanded the scope of that look to result in the list of 100 companies or whatever. So, like I said, I think it's a fairly normal thing that normally happens in business, and I don't really make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, and just to note, this list is from 2021. It's not current. They obviously still have a list now, probably, but it's not updated. And of course, PlayStation most likely definitely has a list. We should say now. I mean, they kind of have stated that in like some of their documents. Not from this FTC thing, but in the previous that they look into who they can acquire. So I'm pretty sure they keep a list. Is it probably as extensive as what Microsoft list that came out? Probably not, but they definitely have a list. My thing is like, I don't think Xbox fans who are in favor of acquisitions really think about what it even means or what it even does for them. I think some of them are just like, all acquisitions are good acquisitions. We don't care. And that's what I think is weird, right? Like, it's because it's going to go into Game Pass anyway. So who cares who they buy and like what it is? It's just going to be Game Pass padding. So it's not that big. It doesn't matter who. And that's what I think is weird. And they don't think about like any of the ramifications or what it means by who they buy. That's my
BG. What are the ramifications? What should we be thinking about that we aren't?
Well, consolidation in general to me is bad, specifically when it comes to publishers. My stance is, if you buy a whole bunch of developers, I really don't care about that as much. Buy as many developers as you want. Publishers, I think that causes waves in the industry of problems. Consolidation of publishers is not good because it less companies working independently kind of diminishes the creativity, the freedom, the direction of where they want to go. That changes things. Like, as much as they say being when you're acquired, we're going to let you do what you want. That shit changes the company. It does. It changes, whether for good or for bad. It changes. So I think publishers just needs to be left alone and to work and to be left alone to work independently. Like I said, buy as many developers as you want. The rest of the developers on that sheet, like, bro, whatever. But publishers, I just don't think they should be messed with. That's my take on it. So
understood.
And it's like, I don't see anybody, like, I don't see a lot of them like being like, oh man, this I wouldn't really be interested in this. Like, I never see none of the fans talk about, oh man, this acquisition, that doesn't really do anything for me, or I'm not excited if they acquire.
I'm not interested in Paradox Interactive. They make like trash, boring PC games. That's the one thing on the list that I was interested in seeing. So
yeah, but I don't see that, like, that sentiment from Xbox fans. It's more like, bro, get as many as you can. Get all of them if you can.
Yeah,
like,
that's
weird.
Gotta do it, man. Like, hey, and for people that keeps arguing, oh, Sega, Japan, there's the Xbox acquiring Sega is probably easier than them buying, much easier than them buying ABK, and even probably easier than them buying ZeniMax, because they're literally just buying part of the company from another company. They're not actually buying out the entire Sega Sammy if they did that. And they probably don't even need, all they need, right? It's one regulator, and that's probably the Japan FTC, who's going to give it to them because they came under scrutiny about like pretty much allowing Sony and to run like anti-competitive practices. Once they came under fire, they immediately approved the ABK deal. And I'm pretty sure if they are seriously still looking at Sega after this ABK deal, I guarantee you this thing like goes through like almost immediately. Just my take.
I mean, I think an example of what you were saying, BG, is, for example, I talked this week about, the promise to distribute Call of Duty on other platforms, right? The intention that Microsoft has mentioned on that Call of Duty is going to go on to the Nintendo Switch or some Nintendo platform and is going into the cloud. And then we learned from testimony this week that was something that was done, without any consultation from Activision. So one of the things that I brought up, just as a, whether you care about it or whether you're not, but a simple fact of the matter is that, no senior engineer who knows the architecture of Call of Duty, the operational deployment of Call of Duty, who's put hands on keyboard and understands whether or not that's even technically feasible or what the overall level of effort is that's required, the number of resources and the type of schedule that would be required to incorporate those two development activities into anything like an annualized, release pattern or whatever that change would be. Nobody of that nature was consulted. So Microsoft has made claims about what they're going to do with Call of Duty, but at this stage, no domain expert really knows what that's going to take.
I mean, they all make games, right? So I don't think that's like, I don't think they needed to consult with ABK about what they were going to do, because what they were doing for Nintendo is literally on contingent if that deal closes. So like, as they can't say, hey, Nintendo, this year you're gonna get like Call of Duty. Right now, Activision Blizzard is operating under who they are, and they're not releasing anything on Nintendo. But Microsoft can only speak on if the deal closes. Like, hey, if this deal closes, we promise to release this game to you. I don't think that it really matter if they consulted with like Bobby Kotick or whatever. At the end of the day, they employ a bunch of developers who create games, and they all create games or have created games for a Nintendo device. And we know Call of Duty hasn't seen like Call of Duty has ran on multiple devices, and I think everybody's like speaking as if it's like some sort of like impossible feat for them to get it done. And I think that's the wrong way to go about it. But a lot of people tried to make like a big deal, like Bobby Kotick wasn't involved in the conversation, and it's like I don't think he need to be. He wasn't involved in the conversation of, hey, we're gonna put these on Game Pass. Once it's none of his business at that point if the deal closes. It's not really up to them.
So the issue, what I'm saying is that a lot of people have defended the acquisition, saying that it results in Call of Duty being made available on more platforms for more gamers. And what I'm saying is that, first of all, Call of Duty has not run on an ARM processor, which is what the Nintendo Switch runs on. And so my point is that while supporting the notion of the deal based on it going to other platforms, no one that actually knows what that looks like or what that's going to take, or that it's going to be at parity, or that it's going to allow interoperability and crossplay and the level of effort associated with that. No one knows if that's feasible or how long that will take.
It's going to play terribly. We know that. Yeah, like you're saying that they didn't test out any grounds on the Switch before actually making this promise.
They can't.
Okay,
they can't. They really can't. Like in this state right now, they're in position they're talking to acquire Activision. They're fighting with regulators. They're making promises. They can't run a test like, hey, let's run a test to see if we can get this on. They can't do that.
But I think I think even promising the game on the Switch is hurtful for Call of Duty. I think that's bad for the development of Call of Duty. You have to make a game that's gonna continue to run on Switch. Like, I don't think that's a good thing. That's lowering you. That's going into the basement.
When is this new Switch coming out? It's rumored to be next year. They'll be all right.
Hey, all right.
What did they do a thing?
I don't play Call of Duty.
What did they do? What did they do a thing where they have a cloud version of it? Didn't they do that with the Mirror's Edge on the Switch?
Yeah,
they've done that with a bunch of games on the Switch.
A lot of games.
Nigga, they had Call of Duty.
They don't have a Call of Duty on the Switch. They had that shit on the Wii and the Wii U. And now Nintendo's most successful system, like, we'll skip it.
They had a Call of Duty Declassified on the PS Vita, which had a fully functional multiplayer. So,
I just it's just a small thing. It's just a question. Like, a lot of these the fans who want this deal to go through, like Xbox fans, fine. Like I said, I don't care whether or not it does.
I just want it to be over with, whether it goes through or not. Can we just be done?
Yeah, a lot of them say they don't even like Call of Duty, and I know other games are involved in here, but they say they don't care about those games either. So I'm like, what are y'all actually like hyped for? Y'all be like, I see left and right. Oh, I don't even care about the game. Like, what are y'all hyped for? I'm a little bit confused on that, but I guess, bro. I guess.
And it's weird to even be hyped over an acquisition if they're still planning on putting their games on other consoles. Like,
they're getting games they already had.
Defeats the purpose.
Yeah. But just moving on to other stuff that came out of this, some interesting shit. Let's see. It's some notes. Half of PS5 owners have a Switch, and 1/5 of PS5 owners own an Xbox. So there's a lot of overlap between Switch and PS5 owners. Less with Xbox. Only 20% of people who own an Xbox. 20% of people who own a PS5 have an Xbox. We learned reportedly the next Switch is going to be equivalent to the power of a PS4, Xbox One, which sounds good to me because we're not asking for the next Switch to be some type of crazy powerhouse, but bro, can it be just like, viable, something respectable that we can all just respect in a handheld? That's all we asking for. What else? So there are, between Xbox Series X and S, they have sold 21 million units, and the PS5, yeah, they're at 21 million. And the PS5 is at 38 million. So it's almost at 2-1 again.
Smooth, I got a question. Do you want to make a bet that they'll close the gap again?
Oh God,
I'm not betting anymore.
I know. I saw you bought that wrong ally. You've been saving up.
Yeah, the gap is more the reason that the ABK deal should close, man. But yeah.
Oh man.
Here's the thing though. What do Microsoft gamers even get if the ABK deal goes through?
Gamepass.
A small discount.
They get the same games that were there before.
Yeah,
nothing
a small discount.
changes.
Yeah, that's why I think this going on for 2 years and like being hype over it is crazy. It's a discount. That's all you're getting. You're getting discounts.
Yeah. I think I would be more excited for Sega or Ubisoft, man. Honestly, but it's cool to. It's exciting is to see the anticipation, the speculation, the arguing, and the what ifs. You know what I mean? It's if it wasn't, we would not be here. You know how many YouTubers and commentators this whole shit created? Like, I don't want to hear why. Come on, a bunch of people are jumping on this, and a lot of people are just pretending oh, it's not a big deal. Clearly, it is.
Some game budgets. So Xbox acquired Ninja Theory for 117 million, which I think based on how much companies are valuing talent, that's like an adequate price. I don't think that's a steal, but I think that's an adequate, fair price. Even though Ninja Theory doesn't own anything, they only owned Hellblade, and they were like the size of an indie studio when they were purchased. So that's
they overpaid, bro.
Yeah,
they only had one IP.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because I thought for when you consider what Sony paid for Insomniac and what fucking Embracer Group paid for Crystal Dynamics and Adios, that was that they overpaid for Ninja Theory. Ninja Theory is right now a net negative since the acquisition so far.
Because there were people arguing with me I wasn't even saying this is a bad deal. I'm not gonna say they overpaid, but people were arguing me saying no, this is a steal. I'm like, bro, this is not a steal. What are you talking about? A steal is when you get something for much lower than what it should be valued at. I'm saying this is an adequate price based on the arms deal, the arms deal acquisition that's been going on. Based on that scenario, I can understand why you paid this much. But to act like, oh yeah, they got this for a crazy bargain. No, they did not. They're a small studio and they own one game. That's not some crazy steal or bargain. Other budgets. Last of Us Part 2 was budgeted at its budget was 220 million. Horizon Forbidden.
That's nuts when you think about it.
Yeah. Horizon Forbidden West budget was 212 million, and I think God of War's. I think I saw God of War Ragnarok's was like a solid 200. It was just.
Well, let me ask you a question here. Damn, I'm sounding like Jack. Fuck. What was Days Gone's budget?
See if I can Google it. I don't know if it's out there. Let's see.
Come on, Jack. You would know. Jack, you're always.
I know it turned a profit. They said. I don't know the number though.
Yeah, they did turn a profit. I'm trying to see.
They should have did a sequel. Let's just put that out there.
Because that might have credence. Look, if this is what they're trying to do, spend $150-200 million on bangers, that might be why Days Gone 2 didn't get the green light.
Well, they said it went over budget. and it took too long to come out. Even though it made his money back. Though.
So there's rough figures out there. So Days Gone was a little under 200, like maybe 180, 190, and that
shit cost $200 million too. Jeez.
The reason it seemed was because how long it took. Remember, because like John Garvin, I think he pretty much was just writing for the game nonstop. Remember, he said that like he would just write with like no idea of when to stop. So he just wrote because the game is long, way too fucking long. We all said that. The game is way too long. So it's the length of the game that made it that expensive because they developed it for like 6-7 years, I think. That's what that's what made it cost so much was the years of development more than anything else. So it was near 200.
And all them games that got canceled on top of it, they was working on. They was blowing money over there.
Yeah. So yeah, game budgets are, crazy ballooned. We know that. That's a problem. I don't know what the solution is to figure out how to get those down and shit.
$100 games. Let's go, baby. Yes, sir. Y'all ain't fucking with that? Okay, never mind.
No, man. What else? Satya Nadella.
Hold on, real quick. You did say 150 for Days Gone, correct?
No, I said like 180, 190, according to rough figures that I Googled.
So right there, that's the problem. Like, if you're spending 200, I mean, I understand that it made profit, but if you're spending 200, yeah, they want to see the critical acclaim too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy.
There's no such thing as AA games anymore, people. It's 150, 200 or bust.
They in for a rude awakening when the fucking games as a service come.
Well, I still don't understand why games are so damn expensive. It makes no sense. Like why it's so expensive to make.
So
why
the way it's been
so
broken
much money
down,
on marketing.
I assume this includes marketing. It might not actually. These figures, this might be straight development. So they say you take the average, right? Obviously, not every developer is paid this much, but you should just do 100,000 as their base salary, right? And let's say, I don't know, 200. I think most AAA developers have more than that, but let's say 200 developers, $100,000 per head, and then 5-6 years of development. Do the math. That's where that's how it gets there. So yeah, that's crazy. I definitely don't think that's sustainable either. A lot of people have been saying that. Sean Layden has said that. Somebody.
So you think you think they should downscale studios then?
Matt Booty has said that. I think I've been saying for a while they need to have smaller studios and make them stay small, not just grow everybody.
But that's the problem. Everybody wants to grow. Nobody wants to stay in the same position.
I thought the issue or commentary was always how much money they spent on advertising.
That's what my next thing was going to say. Go ahead.
There were a few games where I don't remember the game specifically, but I remember it was like in the 100-something million range of how much they spent on advertisements. They had trailers in the movie theaters. They had TV shows. There was a Super Bowl spot, and the game was ass when it came out.
You kind of got to do that. You got to do that though.
No, you don't. City Skylines sold 12 million copies. Had to have one advertisement. You have some games out here spending literally 50. They're spending game budgets 50 million plus on advertising, which is nuts.
And that's the thing. Advertisement don't work like it did back in the day. Back in the day, you would spend money to have the GameStop cardboard cut out in a part of the store at Best Buy, Walmart, and you don't got to do all that nowadays. Everything is online.
Yeah, but everybody's not on.
And on top of that, nowadays your marketing would be the streamers and the people on the internet that casually promote your game, but they strike those channels down and shit.
No, they pay them too, though.
I do question.
If you're lucky enough to get favor from one of them.
No, I get Alex's point because I do question that all the time. Like, right? Because they put, like, for example, games on the side of a bus. Final Fantasy, they did that with Final Fantasy 16. I'm pretty sure God of War Ragnarok. You saw them on the side of a bus. Has anybody like seen a game on the side of a bus and been like, and we're talking about casuals, of course, because we already know about the games. Has a casual ever seen a game on the side of a bus and been like, I want to buy that? I really don't know. Like, I'm like, maybe they have.
I feel like it works. If it didn't work, they wouldn't do it.
I don't know, bro.
This This is how advertising work in real life conversations, bro. When you got people that do casual game and they play 2K, they play Madden, they play Call of Duty. People that play games, what they really do is they ask their friends that really play games and say, "Oh, what about this and what about that?" It's usually word of mouth. A nigga's not seeing a bus stop and be like, "You know what? I never thought about God of War. I think I'm gonna try it now because I just sat on Kratos' face."
I don't agree with that because you can look at companies like Nike, Coca-Cola, people know these brands religiously like the back of their hand, and we buy and support it without even thinking twice. But they still do advertising. We still get Coke commercials. We still get Nike commercials. More than they should have. But if they would not do it, if it did not work, man.
What that works on is established IPs. Keep in mind, Coca-Cola.
Like PlayStation games, exactly. Go ahead.
No, but look, Coca-Cola had an ad a year or two ago, right? They had Ari Lennox on the fucking Coke thing. Why the fuck would they have Ari Lennox doesn't need Coca-Cola sponsorship, but they got somebody that's a songstress, R&B, that's a different crowd. She with the J. Cole and all shit like that. Gaming, Mountain Dew had what? Halo, right?
Yep.
Okay, what is Mountain Dew synonymous with? GameStop, gamer people, shit like that. There's no big there's no reason to push that same type of game. Like that was back in the day when people were just now getting into online gaming. They were buying headsets. They were buying
promotion,
but I'm saying that culture of gamer is not the same that it used to be.
But what I'm saying is it's mutually beneficial. If you buy this fucking Mountain Dew 12 pack, you gonna get some Halo points or whatever the fuck.
You gotta remember the gaming population is different. Like you couldn't market Mountain Dew to the basement dwellers 15 years ago because that's what they drank.
Well, you know what?
Right. That was a lifestyle. Like that.
One thing you can't market.
What?
You can't market Bud Light, which is now the official sponsor of WWE now. Smooth.
There you go.
But in terms of like gaming, like you gotta remember, like the bus stop stuff, and it's that you see subconscious stuff. So you may not buy it off rip seeing from the bus stop, but if a parent goes home, if they're gonna think about it, the parent goes home like, "Hey, they asked Bobby, you saw this God of War game I saw it on the bus today." And shit like that is subconscious advertising.
I just don't believe that works.
Trek brings up a good point. These advertisements, right? He brought up a good point. I don't know if you realize or not. Who are they advertising to when they spend this money? Are they advertising to us who already know it? Of course not. Or are they advertising to the parents, the kids, and the casuals who may not know it?
If you're off, look, you get out the office, it's 5 people, you take the bus from home or you take the train. You look at that shit, oh wow, you just worked a fucking 8-hour shift. You see that shit, you're like, damn, I haven't played games in a while. I might try that shit out. They're not hardcore gamers like us, but they maybe game every like 2 or 3 months.
Tyrek, can I add something to what you're saying?
Yeah.
Back in the day, yes or no, just yes or no, did we have more games in the landscape in the PS3 generation, Xbox 360?
More because games were less.
We had more, right? We had.
Yeah, it costs less.
Before we even get to how much it costs, we had more games back then, right?
Well, hold on. Are we counting like all these generic indie games we have today?
I'm just saying in general, we had more games, right?
It was more, but a lot of shovelware.
It's just yes or no. It's just yes or no. That's not my point. I'm making yes or no.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a ton of shooters. The one big dog in the space, Halo, we're going to get Mountain Dew, right? The big dog in the space, Call of Duty, we're going to get the rappers to be in our commercials, right? Nowadays, nigga, there aren't a bunch of competition where we have to have the brand deals. There's Call of Duty, there's Battlefield. Hey, there's only 3 or 4 mainstay games nowadays. You don't have to sift through all the other shit. You don't have to sift through all the other shit and make sure you get the brand deal so that the parents see. You only have 4 or 5 games.
I disagree.
I disagree. You don't have to shift through it. You don't have to shift through it. That's like we don't have to.
Bro, just like bring back up Nike, bro. Everybody buys Nikes, bro. They still promote them. They don't want you to think about no other shoe, bro.
The problem is, like, I actually
go ahead, Addict, and then I want to.
I said when I worked at it was like I would just say it's been years. Dish Network, they would always have like meetings and stuff on advertising. You could join it, and it'd always give me off the phone, so I would do it. And it was like to update you on how like their partners are advertising and stuff. Like the majority of advertisement companies aren't really trying to advertise on basic like satellite TV or cable TV for the most part. They're especially the gaming industry, they've kind of pulled back and they're going towards more like influencer streamer. You know, I think the last time I checked, to hire a streamer to stream your game for an hour, like a well-known streamer, is like $20,000 an hour. So and you get to get like a big Twitch streamer, you'll get to the actual demographic that you want to sell your game to. The only time that they ever said that advertisers are very loose with money when it comes to advertising is big events like the Super Bowl and certain basketball tournaments or certain college stuff, like stuff they know, like The Walking Dead. I was working there when The Walking Dead was kind of coming down off its height, but advertisers was throw money at that shit.
This my point though. I feel like Alex is contradicting himself, right? Because if you go to because you're saying only big games, like it's only this big game, in these genres, right? But if you look at it, those are the games that we're talking about. Those are the games that advertise. You don't see a fucking Crash Bandicoot trailer in the movie theater. You see a God of War trailer. You see a Last of Us trailer. You see a Mario game. You know what I'm saying? So these are the big ass games with the big ass budgets. Those are the ones. You see Call of Duty.
But Alex is saying those are the ones that don't need it.
This is the point I make. This is the point I'm making. This is the point I'm making, Jack. Those games don't need the advertisements, right? They're mainstays. 2K will never need another advert ever again. They're gonna sell every year. Call of Duty.
I don't agree with that.
You don't have to agree with me. I'm telling you, you don't have to. Mainstay games that come out yearly, you don't have to You don't have to.
Why do McDonald's still have commercials?
Okay, I'm gonna give. You want to know why? There's with McDonald's easily. McDonald's has a McDonald's app where you save money if you use points and shit like that. They have stuff growing and doing stuff differently in their drive-through mechanics. If a game is not adding anything to it, why are we spending $100 million on ads? Use that money for the game.
But here's the thing: the reason that they spend that kind of money on advertising isn't because they feel like the game needs to be out inside like that. It's because what else is advertising? Call of Duty. They advertise because their competition's advertising. If you're never on TVs or any kind of advertising between videos on YouTube and Call of Duty, let's say like Battlefield and Call of Duty, they're both at their height. And if you're only seeing Call of Duty ads, you're going to be pretty much wired to want to buy Call of Duty.
You know why I get that. You know why I don't agree with that? Because for years, there was Call of Duties where they kept saying this is the worst Call of Duty ever. It will sell the most. What are y'all fucking talking about?
Well, Call of Duty's an anomaly. I don't think we should keep using that.
Millions of dollars.
I don't think we should keep using
Fast and Furious. Let's do a movie guys topic real quick. Fast and Furious.
You know I'm a movie guy, right?
They have to they gotta advertise every year for that shit. But that movie fucking sucks. But it make billions of dollars a year or close to $1 billion. So it doesn't matter if it does bad or good. It's Madden, for example. They advertise the shit out of Madden. Madden's been ass since 2008, but people still go and buy it. But you have to introduce new people to the game so that they can get more money in.
Okay, here's my question to it. Here's my question to
coming into the gaming industry every year.
Would you rather have $50 million to $60 million dumped back into the development of the game or the advertisement?
No. So that's the thing. Those budgets do not include the marketing.
They separated. That budget.
I know that. They have to allocate money for that alone, for advertising alone.
They can't allocate that budget because that marketing department for PlayStation is not PlayStation handling that marketing. Sony handles that marketing, and they have their own marketing department that does that. They can't just take the budget and move it like that. It doesn't.
So their money getting spent regardless.
But the one thing I will agree with Alex is they're bloating the cost of these games off games that doesn't necessarily need that much marketing. I remember all the time in the meetings they call like advertising on the Super Bowl and stuff shotgun advertising because it shoots a variety of an audience and you don't know if it's going to hit any of them.
Okay. Yeah, it's like Coca-Cola, bro. Does Coca-Cola really need to have a Super Bowl commercial? No, but they do it because guess what? Their competitors are going to take up that mind share. You have to.
I understand how ad works. I'm just saying when y'all.
Oh, go finish your thought.
No, I'm just saying I understand how ad money works. It's just if our hobby is gaming and the whole industry is getting so expensive, nigga.
Now, let me ask you a question. That's like buying now. Sounding like me. Let's take Halo for existence, right? Halo has a huge fucking fan base. They used to advertise a lot.
Not anymore.
But know what I'm saying? You got to realize too, fan bases age out, right? A lot of people that play Halo 3 and all that back in the day, they don't fucking play Halo anymore. They probably don't even know it's a new Halo game. So,
or they're the ones buying it, but the new people aren't buying it. That's the point.
That's what I'm saying. So you gotta bring in a new audience. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the thing with marketing, these game budgets are bigger just because the game salary, game developers never used to make that much yearly salary that much. It has gone up a lot since 2002, because when I was like in high school and shit, like middle school, I wanted to do game design, and then I saw how much they made. I said, "Fuck that shit! I ain't doing that shit. They don't make any money." Yeah, so now they. I want
to say this as well to Tyreek and Jack. Yeah. Would you say yes or no that the transparency of how these games actually run and look and feel are greater now than it was back then?
It's
because
great
of YouTube.
We understand more. We're not.
So when y'all are saying that they're marketing towards these parents, you think these kids aren't full well knowing? Oh fuck no, I want to play. I'll give a prime example. I'll give a prime example.
We got to move on.
I'll give a prime example.
ahead.
And when I was in high school, my TT shirt, my auntie got me an NHL hockey game. I've never talked about hockey in my fucking life. She said, "Hey, I got you a game or whatever for Christmas." I looked like, why'd you give me a hockey game? Because she saw the commercial. Dude, that's what that shit is like. You think a kid that plays games ain't go tell their parent, "This is the game I want. This is what I like." Y'all acting like there's such a big disconnect from the parent and the kid.
But there is though.
Alex, the game is bought though. They already did their job. The
it worked. Yeah, that's
what I'm trying to say. The thing is, they don't give a fuck.
I'm saying that's somebody that I didn't ask for a video game for. I didn't tell her to give me that game. But a kid and a parent, you know what game you want.
Parents don't care. This is the thing. My mom knew what to buy for me, of trends of games I bought for myself, or she bought for me in the past. Most parents, if they don't really give a fuck too much. They're just gonna go.
They know V-Bucks and they know Roblox. They don't know what games coming out.
Like unless your mom, I think most people's moms call them, "Hey Timmy, what the fuck do you want in the store?" They're not just gonna see.
You think it's an A mom? Whatever you say on the commercial land, just got me that. You think you
correct?
My grandma bought me a PSP, right? I don't fucking like Lords of Dogtown, but that shit came with the fucking UMD. She could have got me the Battlefront edition, but I got the other PSP, and I was like, well, she probably just saw it because it was a big advertisement at GameStop with the fucking what's this shit called, the poster. So you remember, we're informed. Other people aren't informed, so other people see an ad, they're gonna go with that because that's the ad.
All right,
yeah,
Tarek, appreciate it. Appreciate the drop in. Logic, any thoughts on this marketing thing? Because like I said, I'm trying to stay under 3 hours.
Oh yeah, okay, my bad. Okay, go ahead.
Any thoughts on the marketing thing?
I don't know that marketing is so much the problem with the constantly increasing production budgets. I think one of the interesting points of tension in the market is that you have one demographic of gamers that's constantly very demanding and constantly asking for more. A lot of the
repeat that last part.
Yeah, you just have part of the demographic of the market that is demanding, right? That is constantly asking for more, right? Where things aren't good enough, where only games that are 88 or 90 on Metacritic and above matter, where gamers constantly want other things that games aren't delivering. And we have this weird bathtub going on too, where so many games are coming out now that have poor hardware performance, right, on both PC and on consoles.
I mean, I'll say one portion of gamers is satisfied with 69s.
Well, then you have another demographic who I'll just say may not be as discriminate as other gamers who, as long as the games are in Gamepass or available on a subscription service, then maybe they're okay with a lot of them.
Are you trying to imply that Xbox gamers don't demand a lot?
No, not all of them. I'm saying there are some customers in the market who are primarily concerned about price, and as long as the price is low, the price of access is low, then all their requirements are met to the point where they don't really have high regard or concern for any other factors in consumer products.
Is he calling Xbox gamers welfare gamers, Jack?
Oh man, stop putting words in that man mouth.
I'm not. But I am going to say there are some, right? Because I've had those arguments with those people, right, who say that I don't care as long as it's a low price of access.
That's a good point you make, because here's wild. Like, Smooth, this is just astounding, right? They're trying to spend $70 billion on this Activision deal, right? And Smooth and them want them to spend $70 billion so they can get games for $1. Like, does that not sound insane to anybody else?
They're thinking about
I
themselves.
haven't played $1 for Game Pass.
I'm just saying, like, you're spending $70 billion as a corporation. What's your strategy to recoup your money? Selling shit for $1 to a bunch of broke niggas.
Well, $1 thing.
They recoup that money off of PC and other platforms. But hey, don't get mad at me for supporting some. They put a cheaper way to access games. Don't get mad at the consumer for adopting it. Why would I get mad?
I am mad, and here's why. Because when you have a cheaper way of adopting things, you get a cheaper product.
Logic, you wanted to finish what you were saying? I don't know if you finished.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, I think that's all. You know, what I'm going to say is the risk of production budgets constantly increasing is because we as gamers are very demanding, and we as gamers probably arguably don't play enough smaller scale games and indies and pay for them when they're available at full price, which would invigorate that market. I mean, there's a reason AA games don't exist, right? Because we didn't consume them enough, and we maybe didn't pay them enough mind. So that tension is going to continue in the market. You know, and how it's going to land, I don't know. I think the acquisition, you know, definitely lends itself to the customers who are less discriminate and, you know, primarily worried about price. Whether or not that drags down and kind of slows down the rate at which production budgets are increasing, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think that the quality of game is hand in hand with the gamers' demand?
Right now, today, no. And I mean that's just a recent feeling, right? I mean like January for 2023. I mean, the thing that's most in my mind that I'm not certain about is, I mean, has Jedi Survivor gotten a 60 frame per second patch on console?
Yeah. The patch to correct this
on PC. It's still not even working great on PC. I beat it and like that. It's up. I beat it after the 6th patch, and it's still like. On PC, I have a 4080, and it's still below 60 at certain parts of the game. So
here's a problem, right? And I mean, and I haven't played Final Fantasy 16, but I know I see people reporting on its performance. I mean, Respawn Entertainment is arguably like a great studio, right? Vince Zampella has been given even more power and authority at EA, and yet we have a headline game, which a lot of people are arguing should be in running for Game of the Year this year. That, you know, from my perspective, isn't meeting the demands of performance or expectations of some gamers, but there are some gamers who still feel it's good. But I mean, I don't know that Respawn Entertainment is getting the consumer signal that it needs to, you know, improve on the performance of that game, or, you know, or to have put that game out as it maybe arguably should have been in the first place.
Here's another question. Aside from performance issues, how about just gameplay loop?
Yeah, gameplay loop is tough. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Gameplay loop is tougher for me to put a finger on because it's arguably more subjective, right? Performance, I can say, look, there's a quantitative difference between 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second, and there's an expense that people are paying in investment, right, for hardware that you can quantify that. What some gamers are, you know, satisfied by with gameplay loop is harder, so that I'm less sure about.
Yeah. The thing I was going to say about the marketing, and I want to move on, is I agree marketing should be done. It's the method of marketing. Like I said, I just on the front of the bus method, that's specifically the thing I just don't see that works, because Jack, you're talking about like Nike and stuff. Like if somebody sees a pair of Nikes on the front of a bus, I don't care who you are, you know Nike. If you see Clive on the front of a bus in Final Fantasy, a lot of people don't even know what the hell that is. Like, they have no idea.
You're just talking about a bad ad at that point, though.
Okay. Well, that's my point. But let's move on.
Yeah, money still spent to put a bad ad out.
Hey, that's you gotta work on the visibility.
Satya and Nadella. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say one thing about marketing, just as a thing? Sorry. So one thing I do want to say that is problematic for marketing is when we say marketing, I feel like we should include the showcases in that conversation, because that's part of coming out of the corporate budget, right? And one of the things that's true with what you guys are saying about marketing and not like people seeing marketing that they don't really get any meaning out of it is, in both showcases this year, both PlayStation and Xbox presented games that they didn't really explain to us what they were, or we came away from the showcase not knowing anything about. And when I point out like the Ubisoft presentation, the one thing I'll say about the Ubisoft presentation is I didn't have any questions what any of those games were about, what their gameplay loops were, what their status was, where in the development pipeline they were, how much testing they had done, et cetera, et cetera. So I do worry in terms of marketing with these showcases where, you know, they're all now becoming just an hour and a half sizzle reel, and there's not a lot of explanation unless you go off and Google and find developer interviews and go to Xbox Wire and the PlayStation blog and pull all this additional information.
Now, I didn't know that. I didn't know developers had to pay to be showcased. I thought it was more so them doing them a favor of saying, give us some shit to show. I didn't know that was something.
I'm saying the budget for those come out of the marketing budget for the corporation.
Yeah, and that ties into...
the corporation, not the game specifically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that ties into me when I complain about like but just bad gameplay trailers. I'm like, why are you spending money to advertise a trailer that tells me nothing? You know. So, but anyway, Satya Nadella, he shares similar sentiments with Phil Spencer, or I should say Phil Spencer shares similar sentiments with him. They both have, said on record they are not fans of exclusives. They're anti-exclusives. If they can get rid of exclusives entirely, they would do that. And I feel like I shouldn't have to explain to gamers why as a gamer that would be bad for you. I can understand why Phil Spencer and Satya Nadella feel this way completely as executives.
Oh, I'm going first on this one.
But as gamers, like, I can't believe I had people arguing with me. If you don't see why no exclusive would be bad for you, then bro, like, you clearly haven't been gaming long enough. But yeah, he said he would get rid of exclusives completely if he could. And he also said that due to PlayStation being so pro exclusives, that's why Xbox has no choice but to have exclusives.
That's the only reason they're making that argument is because of the Sony adjacent.
Yeah, but Bond, you want to go first?
Anybody who says to get rid of exclusives, this includes these fucking PC ass weirdos. I'm just gonna come out and say you're fucking retarded. I mean, there's like no way I could sugarcoat it. Market differentiation is one of the biggest things in business. Without market differentiation, we don't have any innovation. We don't have any creativity. Nobody is, encouraged or hell, even forced to make something new or different. All right, there's a reason why Burger King, McDonald's, and Wendy's exist. They all make similar things, but different things. If there were no exclusives, everybody would have the same thing. You'd literally go out to eat and everybody would have the same thing. Everybody would offer the same products. There would be no variety, innovation, nothing. The only reason why Microsoft wants to get rid of it is because they don't have it. And the funny thing is, I would think they'd be complaining more about Nintendo having exclusives because Nintendo's exclusives run wild even over Sony's.
Yeah, everybody's. Nintendo's the greatest beneficiary of exclusives, but nobody says anything.
They don't view Nintendo as they business partners with Nintendo, right? Like they release games on Nintendo. They
release games on PlayStation as well. Minecraft's on PlayStation.
They do, but I feel like PlayStation's like a direct op type shit. Like they want to see PlayStation go out of business. I'm sure they wouldn't give a fuck if Nintendo go out of business. They'd probably be sad about the shit. They don't want. But that second part of that statement, a lot of people was getting on like, oh, exclusives existed before PlayStation, Atari, but that ain't what he talking about. He talking about in relation to Xbox. Since Xbox been around, yeah, it's been PlayStation whooping their ass with these exclusive titles. So I fully understand what he's saying. I don't agree with it. And Bond is 100% right. We need, yeah, man. That's why I was so against the whole PC initiative, man. But that's a whole nother topic, BG. But I agree with Bond.
I get what you're saying.
Say it again, Bond or Jack.
I agree with Bond, man. Bond is right, people. Y'all got to give him his flowers, man. Bond right with this one, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack, question. When go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like I said, I just can't believe it has to be explained to people why exclusives are in point. Like, some people view exclusives as just this thing. People do use it as some type of ammo, right? But that's from the fanboy perspective. But they're actually it's great for the industry because of the incentives.
Can we talk about this whole fanboy shit too? Can we just talk about how this all go back to advertising? This shit is coming full circle. The only reason fanboys exist is because the way they advertise these systems originally was for niggas to argue. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I don't even understand why that's a bad thing. Like, people try to make it like the fans is what's making this shit toxic. Nigga, these companies was toxic. Sega does what Nintendo don't and all this other shit. Yeah, the Crash Bandicoot ass, like, bro, all this shit was ingrained in us from the jump from these companies, bro, with their advertising.
If you watch a lot of game documentaries, a lot of games, like the inception of them started out with, we wanted to compete with this game. That's how a lot of fucking games came about. So you wouldn't have a lot of games that you love now if they weren't trying to compete with another game, whether they're multi-plats or exclusive.
You wouldn't have Mortal Kombat without Street Fighter.
Yep.
I could go on and on.
Yeah,
we'll just keep
Now everybody want to be homogenous and the same and dull and lame. That shit, bruh.
I mean, I'm in the agreement. It's like I'm not obviously my thoughts in terms of exclusive did not line up with Phil Spencer and Satya at the end of the day. Like exclusives obviously are important, and you won't hear me say, I wish every game could be on everything else, because I really don't. But like BG said, I do understand why they feel that way, because at the end of the day, that's an opportunity for them to seek royalties and income and revenue from many different avenues. But for the sake of like having a preference and just, you know, the state of the console, where I don't care how it sounds, it's exclusives are necessary. So in that case, I need and want PlayStation to remain ahead so that exclusive are still a thing to a degree.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you, how much of the Xbox fan base do you think has the console as their priority versus agree with this thing about Xbox is about the ecosystem? And the reason, before you answer, the reason I ask is because I see, admittedly, I guess my metric is Twitter, which I know is invalid in some ways, but just looking on Twitter, I see a lot of people saying, yeah, nobody cares about 21 million in sales for the Xbox Series S and X because Xbox is about the ecosystem and they're putting stuff on PC. And I just how much do you think that concern about the console itself is kind of being eroded amongst the fandom?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the evolution of Xbox and the fandom. It follows that. So, and I'd be the first to, you know, admit, like, so for example, part of the reason why I got a ROG Ally is just to have like a portable Xbox. It's like it's a part of part of the ecosystem.
So let's say what it is, Smooth. Y'all got trained and conditioned to feel that way.
All because gamers
y'all
get trained in conditions to feel.
No, that's fact. But y'all didn't.
Oh,
Feel
why
that
you
way
say portable Xbox and not portable PC?
Y'all didn't
because I don't play like I'm playing majority of the games that I got through Gamepass or through Play Anywhere.
But you're playing PC versions. You ain't playing no Xbox versions.
Well, I'm playing pretty much at the settings of the ROG Ally. Ain't no damn freaking beast.
I'm just saying, that's not an Xbox, that's a PC.
But what Jack is saying...
Are you accessing Game Pass on the ROG Ally?
Yeah.
Okay. You're actually making me reconsider my decision to not buy a ROG Ally.
But what Jack is saying is true, like that conditioning and indoctrination, that corporate... Like, I don't like that. I don't like... If a company tells you something, and that wasn't your stance before... You shouldn't just like adopt the stance.
It's so annoying, bro. It's so funny.
No, but they saw the ad. They saw the ad on the bus stop.
And I talk about it all the time. Xbox told them, and it's PlayStation fans too. I talk about PlayStation fans with like the multiplayer shit. Xbox,
they worse.
Yeah, they are. Xbox tells Xbox fans, console sales don't matter. All of a sudden, you see all of them say console sales don't matter. They see them say that only monthly active users matter. All of them start saying it. Only monthly active users matter. All this shit about game subscription services are the future. All of them say it. Cloud is the future. All of them say it. Like none of y'all believed this before.
All these niggas became parrots, bro. That shit is bad annoying.
If they were saying this shit before Microsoft said it, I would be like, okay, I get that. That's your stance. But because you said it after Microsoft, that's not your stance. That's Microsoft's stance. And PlayStation dudes are the same way when it comes to some of this like, you know, single player, multiplayer shit and all, because PlayStation became the like I guess the angel of single player games, you know, like last gen when a lot of them were saying like single player games are dead and shit like that. They were the last bastion of believing in single player games. So now a lot of y'all became anti multiplayer, I feel. So I hate all of that shit. Have a stance that has nothing to do with what a corporation said.
So here's my fear. And you know, I've been a big, I guess you could say I was a Microsoft fan, or I am a Microsoft fan, and I've lived through tablet PC, ultra mobile PC, Zune, Windows Phone. And what we've seen in all of those is we've seen performance and go-to-market and production issues, but most closely we've seen in Windows Phone when Microsoft started turning their attention to Android, when there were still problems with Windows Phone. When you saw Microsoft start putting priority on their software and where it existed on iOS and in macOS and away from Windows Phone, we should have known and been able to read the writing on the wall that Windows Phone was about to be closed and shut down. And so that would be my fear and concern, is that, like, if you are an Xbox fan and you have a concern about the console, all of these indications that Microsoft is not maybe putting their priority there, or at least not putting as many resources there as they used to, would be a concern upon.
Hey, BG, is that a topic? I say some shit about Phil Spencer. No, about him thinking about he was trying to shut down Xbox a couple years ago. Is that a topic?
But we knew that before. You didn't know that?
No, but that's news shit. It said they was gonna go fully mobile. You didn't see that shit?
I mean, I don't know if that, like, I just don't know if that's news, because we
didn't, bro. We never covered it, but that's like they said it in the email. Like, they're like, hey, should we just go fully mobile? But good thing.
Yeah, I didn't know the fully mobile part, but yeah, right before that, I know that Phil had talked about years ago that they considered shutting down Xbox. I definitely knew that.
I knew they considered selling it off, but they saying this shit happened like a couple of years ago though. That's something new, BG. This ain't the same thing.
Okay, all right. I mean, I don't have any real thoughts on that.
Crazy. But that goes back to what Game Logic was just saying. Like, you see where their priorities and how they focus is shifting. Like, and then when that shit come out this week about he was thinking about going fully mobile. Like, what the hell? Like, I didn't know that. I don't know if Smooth knew that. I didn't know about all that. That's crazy.
That was before Satya opened up the they got them to open up the checkbook, I guess. And
that was a recent email. That was in the last three years. I think.
Know what I'm saying? That's some new developments right there.
I ain't like that shit.
So
I'm serious, I ain't like that shit. Yo.
Okay, yeah, that would be what I'm talking about. Would be further. Would have been a longer time ago. That's maybe like 6 years.
Yeah, people
ago.
in the chat saying they ain't know nothing about that. See? Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, that's interesting. Also,
that would have been crazy.
Yeah. Also, Game Pass. There was Xbox had a target for Game Pass. It said they had aimed for 31 million subscribers. I forgot for what year. One of these recent years, and they failed to reach 31 million subscribers. The last official number that they said they reached was like 26 million, like a few years ago, I think. And they never hit 31 million. We don't know what they hit, but their goal was 31 million and they missed that. So it's safe to say that since they hit 25, they've kind of like stayed somewhere in that range and haven't grown. Like on consoles at least, Xbox Game Pass has plateaued. It's just staying in the same. That may change with if they like when I guess Starfield and all these other quote unquote bangers released, maybe that changes, but it's plateaued and has stayed the same.
And they reported that in, I think, January 2022 was the last time they reported firm Game Pass numbers of 25 million.
They announced that during the Activision deal.
Yeah, and Matt Piscatella reported earlier this year that NPD research and numbers show that subscriptions overall across the industry have largely stalled in terms of growth.
Why do y'all think they won't give up? Is it pride? If they keep questioning, should we just give up?
Oh, you talking about
think about going more? Yeah, like why you think they ain't gave up yet?
Who knows? Who knows, man?
If you talking about, man, maybe we should just go mobile, man. Just leave it all behind us, man. That's crazy.
And I don't even see even if they release like Starfield and like all these other things, I still think they're gonna stay in around that range where they're at now, because subscriptions go up and down, bro. But at a certain point, you get to a certain point where you're just gonna stay there.
Yeah, it's gonna plateau.
It's gonna stabilize, and I don't know if I don't think they want to stabilize at where they're at. I think they want to grow.
Well, The only option is to bring back them dollar Game Pass. Look, my Game Pass run out in 5 days, right? And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, Starfield ain't gonna get me to buy it again. Listen, if they don't give me another $1 deal, I ain't gonna never have that shit again. It's over with. Like this is it is what it is. So they gonna have to start putting that. They gonna have to advertise like we've been. They gotta start putting this shit on Chips Ahoy packages and at the movie theaters again. Get your Game Pass with this little type in this code right here. Get your Game Pass. If they don't do that, they're gonna stay at that 25 million. Absolutely.
And if they're okay with that, I don't believe they're okay with like something stabilizing so quick.
The issue with Game Pass is that one, they have to maximize their PC potential, and they have to get on other devices or sell as many Xbox consoles. The only way you really getting into Game Pass is on PC or through consoles. Their cloud initiative isn't there yet for that mass consumption. And the thing is, if you're not, you can probably bet on every Series X or Series, especially Series S you sell, that should be a Game Pass subscription. But if you're not selling, if you're selling like let's say 2 or 3 million Series consoles a year, that's probably 1.52 million Game Pass subscribers for every like console. It's not enough. They can't grow as fast.
Right there. Yeah, and you got and they increasing the price of Game Pass on console, but they keeping it the same price on PC. Like they not
because
they with this shit, bro.
they want the PC. PC still has the potential to grow the most.
Exactly.
So,
do we think we'll see a price cut on the Series S later this year, like going into the holiday season?
S.
Smooth?
Yeah, the white one. Yeah.
Okay.
It should be.
I don't know.
I think what they should do though, what they really need to do, and what they really probably gonna have to do is like they're gonna have to link a way to get the Game Pass on. And this is sound horrible coming from me, but for Game Pass to be what it is, because the thing, if they give up on Game Pass, they're gonna give up on it because you can't go back, you can't recover. It's not like, oh, let's pull all of our AAAs off of Game Pass. You can't do it. It won't. It will be catastrophic. It'll be like Mixer.
I've said if Xbox ever listen, this is joining. Look, Game Pass is joining the mafia. There's only one way out. Okay, well, apparently, because a bunch of the mafia guys still alive and they out. But I think
they could start snitching.
I think if Xbox ever wanted to, like, I guess, quote unquote, not even abandon, just like, even if you didn't make those first party games day one anymore. Oh, I think you're fucked.
Yeah, that'd be a PR nightmare. They can't.
I think you're fucked, bro. Like,
that'd be crazy.
Because you've gotten people used to this lifestyle, and used to getting AAA bangers day one in Game Pass. You ever take that away? Oh, it's
bangers,
nigga.
Well, they spoke in absolutes. They spoke in absolutes. They said
the problem is BG uses the exact correct words, lifestyle. They trying to provide a luxury lifestyle on food stamps. It doesn't work.
I wish I had food stamps.
That's the way it does work. You know how many people on like Section 8 and food stamps got like luxury vehicles? I can't afford.
I need me some food stamps. Fuck what Bond talking about.
Let me get to some super chats because I didn't read them in the beginning. Natasha G just found your podcast a couple weeks ago, and it's addictive. You guys are hella funny. Keep it up, and greetings and greetings from Frankfurt, Germany. Appreciate that.
What's up?
I looked at the demographic, the analytics for the channel, and I actually saw like a good percentage of viewership was coming from Germany. I was like, Germany? Oh, like what?
Well, German people do like black people.
Is this the wrong time to say I was watching the Hitler documentary earlier?
Oh, what's wrong with you, bro?
Interesting stuff. I'm still watching it. That nigga was crazy.
I think those are your military viewers, maybe stationed in Germany, who are watching.
Shout out to shout out to all the viewers in Germany. And there was a bunch of territories I honestly didn't expect in the analytics. So shout out to everybody from around the world, I guess. Wonton Soup, our boy Wani. He says BG thinks it's weird when Xbox guys talk to execs, but he never said anything when the Ponies was tweeting Sean Layden and Shuhei. Were they trying to be his friend? I don't know. I really don't know.
I only tweet Shuhei when I want him to bring a game to PlayStation. He never does it.
If, let me be clear. If you're tweeting execs with feedback for something, like gaming related, I have no problem with that. But if you're talking to them casually like they are your friend, I think that part is weird. But telling them feedback on something,
now,
and Tim, for to be fair, was somewhat doing that in the tweet I called him out in. But that, like, the other stuff in that tweet, and I've seen him and a bunch of other people, just the way they talk to them is just odd.
So
complimenting that Lulu chick. Oh, you look great today, Lulu. Love that dress. Okay, brother.
Do you feel the same way about like athletes or like so if I tweeted Martin Lawrence, right, I can't tweet him like, hey Martin, happy 4th. I gotta tweet him like, hey man, your last move was ass, nigga, tighten it the fuck up. Like I can't just tweet him like, you know what I mean?
No, but that's not you
type of critique or
but that's not you trying to be his friend or talking to him as a friend. That's the work. You're critiquing the work.
Know what I'm saying? So I gotta tweet him like, yeah, make better movies, nigga. Like I'm getting fed up, or I can't tweet him like, have a good day, brother.
I'm about to end it all. Like I'm getting fed up.
You can say
I'm in my wit's ends with that bullshit. I don't want another Bad Boys, nigga. Stop it. You look
that last Bad Boys was trash though. Oh my!
You can
say
tap in.
You can say like, nah, bro. Listen, and like I think it was. I'm a Godfrey fan,
I'm in my wit's
and I'm going to see him. His stand up, and I think I've tweeted him before and said, yo, like the shit I watched was mad funny from you. That's what I said. I ain't say like, yo, you want to go grab a beer? You want to meet up, dog? Like.
But you know what's crazy? Because there are people that have those experiences with I don't want to call them celebrities, but with personalities online.
Sure.
Man,
I do think it's weird. I do think it's weird telling. I do think it's weird them telling those people saying like, tell the wife and kids I said hello. That is weird, but
come on, man.
But Tim Dog actually know him though.
Listen,
them niggas.
I think BG
been out to dinner before.
Oh, they saying I'm
BG jealous that he don't know him. Jealous that he don't know him.
I trust me. I don't want to know Phil Spencer.
No, if it was somebody else, I'd probably say you right, but. I feel like Tim Dog, Paris, and all them, like they really plugged in with them dudes. Like seriously,
do you think they're friends with?
Oh shit! Don't do that, bro. Don't do that, bro.
Do you think they're friends? Is my thing because
yes.
Okay. Then so hold on, Jack. The friends you get online and tweet them or you text them?
I text them.
Oh, okay.
But look, you can look at somebody like Randall Thor. Randall Thor told us plenty of times, like, yeah, I'm chilling with Phil, Don, whoever the fuck. Like, he just be talking to them on the Xbox party channel, whatever, like them.
Sure,
they're
but
really friends for real. Like,
I don't think they're friends. I don't think that makes you friends with somebody. That's
the only time you tweet. The only time
shit they should know, like, because they built a rapport with them. Like,
that's not friends. If I can't get your phone number, we not friends.
Let me give the exact definition of friend because I know a lot of y'all confused.
Oh man, you're right. Vaughn is the expert.
Friends. If you died and they wouldn't come to your funeral or get an invitation, they're not your friend.
I think
that's trash. What if I ain't got no PTO? What if I ain't got no PTO? That's trash.
I think Phil will go to one of their funerals.
I'm just saying, if you wouldn't get an invite to a funeral or go to somebody's funeral, you are not their friend.
I think they're close associates. I think they're associates.
Right,
I don't think they're friends.
This another thing though. A lot of times when you do shit online, you want the audience. If he just wanted to say, "Hey, yo, happy 4th," he could have texted them that or DM'd it. By putting that on the page, you want other people to see that rapport between you and him.
Alex,
that may be the only
Let me ask you a question, Alex. Do you consider us friends?
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah,
y'all have hung out in real life.
But that's what I'm saying. So, but this is my point though. Alice could die right next to me, and I'm still not going to the nigga funeral. You see what I'm saying? So
you're lying, Jack. You going to his funeral? You're a liar, bro.
Hold up. I died next to you. How did I die, nigga? I smelled your fart. Why did I die next to you though?
We'll talk about it later.
But anyway, I gotta get to the other super chats. I
look like a chicken nugget that day. Okay.
Dusty. I just want to say. That if you invite Chris Righteous again, I'm going to do a drink. I'm going to drink for every time he ends a sentence with "and stuff like that." Let Chris Righteous live. I'm gonna say this real quick. Listen, everybody isn't like the best orator or speaker. Okay, sometimes you got to let people who have opinions but may not necessarily be the most eloquent speaker just talk. Be fair.
Chris Rice is good at getting his point across, though. He might have like repeat sayings, but he is good at illustrating what he's saying, and you can understand. Yeah, you can understand what he's trying to get. You know what I mean? Like,
there's people.
I'd rather have somebody know about the game than come in here and be like, yeah, it's a pretty good game.
Exactly.
Then
There are people who are not knowledgeable who do a whole lot of talking. At least
don't
Chris
be saying
is
a
knowledgeable.
goddamn thing.
Exactly.
Facts.
At least Chris is knowledgeable. So let my man live. Mr. King 700,000 says, is the game better than WWE 2K? Yes or no? Bond, Smooth. He's talking about AEW. Better?
I don't
yes
play
or
the
no?
2K games.
No, I'm
Not better?
just no. It's not. It's not
Okay.
better than 2K.
All right. Gaming from Canada. You hear JR and Road to the Elite. Man was having a normal conversation and no enthusiasm in the commentary. I think. Yeah. Okay. Randy Bills giving a shout out to my favorite YouTuber Jack.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Appreciate you, brother.
Lone Goat Gaming. Is there any studio or IP that you wouldn't want to go exclusively to a company or console? I mean,
You said one
most.
studio.
I prefer most not go exclusive and stay the way they are.
Yeah, Rockstar. I'm gonna just put one out there. Rockstar.
Ooh, that'll hurt. That'll hurt.
Like I said, and my other thing is like acquisition should make the studio being acquired better. If you can't make them much better over time than what they are, then
Now that's a whole nother conversation, BG. Because arguably, Xbox has never made a studio better. Let's just.
I don't want to get into that. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, no, you dangled the carrot out there, nigga. I ain't even healthy, but listen, man,
because that's a deeper conversation. I'm not gonna say they made nobody better. There's probably one or two.
Minecraft.
The racing.
No, Minecraft was already great before they acquired them, though.
They added a bunch of stuff
Yeah,
to
but
Minecraft.
they
Though. They got
expanded.
the
Yeah, they expanded great.
They but they've also canceled Minecraft projects on top. Like, I don't know. I think that kind of
I really don't even count Minecraft as an Xbox game, bro. That shit was already standing on its own 10 before y'all got it.
Yeah, I don't count it either.
Maybe Compulsion next game is looking interesting. I got faith in it, man.
Yeah,
We gonna
maybe.
say that. Yeah, I got faith in that one. Let's go.
Alex PSX. Alex as the dessert expert. Did you try the Grimace Shake, and how would you rate it?
Oh, I haven't. Wonton told me that people were like committing murders after they drink it, though. So I might, depending on what Jack said earlier, I might do that tonight and drive to Memphis.
What you think?
I'll update you.
What you think? It'll happen if Chalk drink that motherfucker. He might turn to a gremlin out this bitch. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I'm on vacation.
You gotta realize.
You already built like gremlins. That motherfucker will go crazy.
Alex, you gotta realize if I'm going to kill people, you just drink the Grimace Shake.
Drooling and shit.
Tech Gaming. He said it's about the psyche of people. When songs on the radio suck but are overplayed, people begin to listen because they keep hearing. Same for games.
Yeah. I think people think that I don't know how ads work. I know how advertising works. I just feel like if you had to look at we spend this much on marketing, this much on this much is the proof of that. I wonder how we could shake some of this money around, see how we can spend something elsewhere. That's all it is. It's not an impossible concept. That's all I was saying.
Okay. War Machine guy. I've been saying that's why I've been saying what?
You all right,
bro? These people.
He had a Grimace milkshake.
I'm about to say, what the fuck going on?
Why can't the Xbox community call Phil Spencer to be fired? And I got jumped on telling me Phil saved Xbox Game Pass, and Phil saved Xbox.
Man, fuck all that, nigga. Your English teacher need to be fired, goddammit. BG, and this whole struggle. Did he type it like that, BG? Or you just stupid? What's going on?
No. He the first sentence was typed like that. The first sentence was
All
butchered,
right,
and it threw me off. The rest of it, the first sentence threw me off for the rest.
I feel like BG's spinning his chair when he reading Superchats. Like he'd spin around and try to get a few words on the monitor and come back on the next one.
It's crazy, man. I don't even know the question, man. You struggled through that one.
Yeah,
bro.
can you read it again? I don't need.
He's saying, why don't Xbox dudes call for Phil Spencer to be fired? And when he says it, he gets jumped.
Because, I was calling for a lot of firings last generation. And what happened after that man left his position? By hook or by crook, the Switch became Nintendo's most successful console. So who's to say that if Phil Spencer had an unfortunate event or some situation...
Whoa, what's going on?
That Xbox wouldn't take over the industry right afterwards.
You think we should send Chop to go kill Phil Spencer?
I mean, if I was a crazed Xbox fan, I might hire some ninjas. I'll just say that.
I wouldn't do that until we know who his heir apparent is, because I don't know that I would want Matt Booty to move into that seat.
Anybody would be better than Phil Spencer.
Bro, Matt Booty ain't been shit neither.
Matt Booty's a soldier.
I don't want his
actually prefer.
He a soldier for what?
Phil Spencer,
SOD, stacks on deck.
Yo, he in them emails, he's the person y'all really want, honestly.
Phil Spencer is doing a worse job than that man on the Wii.
Can you give an example, Smooth? Because I actually haven't seen Matt Booty do anything since he.
No, all right, no. So the reason why we're saying that is just that in those emails, he's the one that's like trying to like, yo, we ain't putting this shit on this. We should spin them out of the industry and stuff like that. He's the
he the one talking that shit.
He talks that shit behind the scenes.
Yes, sir.
And in person, he's just like this goofy looking dude, but he's actually about that shit. If given the power, if given Phil's position, he would actually do what y'all want him to do.
Honest question. Do you feel like his last name kind of it dictate how we feel about him? You got to think. Probably.
Yo, wait, Kids Food, did you?
The two things Matt Booty has said or whatever that I would have concerns about him moving into that seat is, one, he was the one who was quoted as saying, right, we're gonna be hands off with the studios, we're gonna let them all be creator led.
No,
yeah, but that was the feedback. Who gave us that feedback? PlayStation fanboys. They don't give them the control. They don't give the Forza.
Right. This was in a presentation about their strategy that I think they made back in 2021. And my concern with that is that you cannot feed a subscription service if that's going to be your primary strategy on creator-led studios that don't necessarily worry about schedule. And that's a complex topic, but I'll just leave it at that. The other thing that I would be concerned about is his most recent quotes in the interviews post-showcase about Redfall was, he took accountability for the problem that is Redfall, and I appreciated that. But the other thing he said was, but it's getting good play in Game Pass, so it's a miss, but how much of a miss is it?
No, brother.
So that would just be my only concern.
Nah, that's not concerning. That's like, for example, like, do I?
I don't hear any echo.
Both of those are very.
I don't hear any echo. I think
so. My thing is that he's like, somebody was criticizing me for being like that. Seeing the glass half empty. He saw it, the glass half full on that one. Yeah, sure. They had a bad situation, but he's like, hey, regardless, I mean, it's actually still getting some play. I don't think that it's just acknowledging that there is some success in the game. No. I mean,
but that's an objectively horrible game, though, right? So for him to say that and be like, well, niggas still playing, it ain't that bad. Like, no, man, no, brother. It ain't good, bro.
Okay.
What the hell?
All right, next, Broken Gay HD.
Yo.
He said, I want to...
read that name again?
Broken Gay HD. He said, I want to scratch Jack's back with my mustache. Wow.
Okay. Appreciate that.
Hey, Kiss Moose. Chrono in the chat said you said Matt Booty ride like a soldier. Did you really say that?
Whoa.
No, I didn't say. No, I said nothing like that.
Jazzy Jefferson.
Oh, what you want?
She said ride it like a
Jazzy
soldier.
Jefferson. BG, stop consoling Tim Dog like Harley Quinn and leave that dude in Arkham Asylum. Dude did a grade schooler drawing of Xbox execs' mental illness. You know what? Now, I just remembered that. Now I don't feel bad no more because these dudes are unhinged.
He's that nigga that was camping out at Best Buys, remember?
Yeah. I don't feel bad no more. After I remember that that drawing.
Yeah, that picture was
that picture was crazy. That's idolatry. Like, y'all can't even make me feel bad no more. That's like having your child is. Why would your child be drawing Phil Spencer?
I really think he did. A lot of people thought he did that, just like crudely drew it and said, "My kid." I don't know, man. That was crazy.
Like this. Vic Floor. Vic Floor. Oh my God, Lululemon is my union busting queen. Xbox dummies say this. Yeah, that's what okay. They love that woman.
Busting. Ugh.
Yeah, they love that woman.
Who the fuck is Lulu, by the way? I have no idea who that is.
It's Lulu Ching, right?
Yeah, it's Lulu Chang Master V. She's the EVP and Chief Communications Officer for Activision, and the union busting references because last fall, I think last October, she was in. I think pretty sure this has been actually proven through screenshots and captures we have. She was in a read-only corporate Slack channel, participating in union busting activities, basically, which has a very stringent legal term. But she was basically saying that warning employees that that unions. I'm trying to remember exactly what she said. But that the collective bargaining of unions sometimes doesn't allow them, the corporation to do things like, mete out promotions and raises as they normally might prefer because they get they're handcuffed into collective bargaining or something to that effect.
Yeah,
I think I might have seen her before.
They're simping over this woman, pretty much. Buy one BBL, get one free. Says, shout out to my favorite YouTuber Jack by giving BG this super chat.
Thank you, brother. A little counterproductive, but thank you, brother.
All right. Back to some shit. Okay. Pete Hines was apparently upset at Xbox that Microsoft was allowing Activision to pretty much stay like a multi-plat company and put all their games everywhere, while Bethesda games, they were never offered that deal at Bethesda when they were acquired. Like Xbox is like just making all of their games, all of Bethesda's games exclusives. He pretty much said this in an email. That's straight up what he said. He's like, I don't get this. Why are they allowed to do this? But we weren't given this. We weren't given this deal. He was like literally upset in this email. He wants their games to be multi-plat, apparently, based on the email.
No. They've been bought. I don't think it's a matter of wanting their games to be multi-plat. It's the fact that so we were given this, they were given that, and the fact that this was also right around the time where the ZeniMax deal was still fresh, and they were still getting pressed by, those rabid PlayStation fanboys about the status of Starfield and Elder Scrolls. And Todd Howard was going to be at what's that? I think QuakeCon, one of these events. And he was like, well, the journals are going to start pressing him. And you guys are pretty much saying, hey, like these games are all going to come to PlayStation, but now Todd Howard's probably going to get questioned, like, puts us in a bad position. So I don't know, man. I don't know why he cares whether they're exclusive or not, but I could easily answer that question for him. It was like, hey, the first thing people ask is, once the ZeniMax deal was like, all right, whatever. But once the ABK deal was like announced, the immediate reaction was like, well, Call of Duty is going to be multi-plat. That was like before they even confirmed it. It was just like, because it's just too big to be exclusive.
See, so I feel like he's fully justified in accident though, because that raises two questions though. First of all, it makes it look like Activision is getting preferential treatment, right? However the fuck you say that word. And secondly, preferential treatment, and secondly, it makes it gives the illusion that Bethesda games aren't highly sought after or big games. Because why is it so paramount that you make this game exclusive so people still can buy it? What Starfield chopped liver, nigga? Like, what's good with that? Like, I can see why he upset about that.
No, I mean the thing is, I think you gotta look at it they gotta see it from Microsoft's point of view. It's like they gotta get ahead of there's gonna be anti-competitive questions about this, so that was Microsoft getting ahead of that. And then also you got to consider how much Call of Duty makes from every platform. Is like you seek to lose a lot of money by making it exclusive on Xbox, and given that Microsoft already does multi-platform games like Minecraft and this nonsense, which generates a lot of money, is like Call of Duties will by far generate a whole lot more if they keep that as is. It's like taking your cake and eat it too. It's like, yeah, we guarantee you this game will remain exclusive, and you still have an opportunity, Activision Blizzard being big enough, where you still have an opportunity to pretty much keep the rest of the games and still pretty much get what Activision gets for Call of Duty. I understand why he asked it, but it's almost obvious.
But he is saying that he's upset that they weren't even given that like opportunity, and he does.
I don't see where he said he does want it.
That just
him questioning it is saying that he definitely wants it. Like, if you read the email, or he could just be like, well,
Activision's game should be exclusive. Like, why? I don't understand how it equates to him actually wanting it to be on PlayStation.
But why would Pete Hines be concerned with Activision games being exclusive? Like, that doesn't.
Well, it was less about Activision and now more about Bethesda. Now that they had publicly stated that Activision games will remain, multi-plat. It just puts them in a bad spot. I don't think it mattered.
I think it was lack of the option. Like when you bargain and negotiating a deal, you don't want to hear a motherfucker that signed a deal after you got a better. You know what I'm saying? Like that don't look good, bro. That can't be good for morale.
They spent like freaking $61 billion more on Activision than they did.
True. That's true.
It's got to give.
I mean, in his email, he says, "Is the below not the opposite of what we were just told to do with our own titles?" And that's before he goes into this whole thing about Todd going to DICE. So the first thing he leads with is the fact that they were told to do one thing and Activision's being given permission to do another. One thing I was going to add, and then I got to bounce, BG, unfortunately. Sorry, This has been a great conversation. I really appreciate being on the show. Remember when I was going back and I was saying how, every year annually, every business unit has to pony up and commit to how much they're going to target revenue, right, for that year. And the execs know that that's coming every year. So I would contend that one of these other things is as you're trying to manage a portfolio and meet your revenue targets, and the revenue targets, it's not unusual for them to be challenging, for you to be scratching for pennies on how you're going to make it. You get beat up all year when you miss each quarter, yada, yada, yada. So one of the things that I think plays into this is that as you're thinking about the revenue targets you got to hit over the next few years, it's obviously easier to hit revenue targets, or it gives you, more opportunity to earn money and make money when you're multi-plat, right? So by keeping these things, being told to keep these things exclusive, their addressable market is less than it would be if they were multi-plat.
Well, how do you reach revenue targets when you don't sell games, you don't sell hardware, and niggas just want to subscribe to your shit for $1 a year?
Well, that's a very good question, but here's the thing, right? Obviously, if they're multi-plat, they're going to PlayStation. It's not on a subscription service, right? So hopefully that would get them some number of sales at $70 a pop versus on Xbox where they're most likely to get subscription money.
You know what's insane about that strategy? Microsoft's strategy right now is we know we can't make money off of our niggas, so we're going to try to make money off of other niggas.
Good niggas.
I'm not mad at
They're literally saying that Xbox dudes won't buy shit, so we're going to get shit that Sony guys got to buy.
The niggas.
That's crazy.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the talk, y'all.
Logic, appreciate you coming.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, love you, man.
Thanks, Ross. You too.
It's just this guy.
That was a good guy, BG. That was a good guess, man. Good job, bro.
Yeah. What else do I have? Phil Spencer. A lot of them are using this as justification. Phil Spencer was afraid PlayStation might buy Starfield exclusivity, as they did with Tokyo. What's the fucking game? Tokyo.
GhostWire Tokyo.
GhostWire Tokyo and Deathloop. So they decided to just buy Bethesda. I'm not mad at that.
It's kind of fire.
I ain't mad at it either, but that's a crazy move though. Like you just
imagine saying, nigga, buy something else. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna do it again. That's what they're saying. Do it again. I'm gonna buy this whole shit. Do it again.
I'm not mad at that.
A couple of $100 million to like $8 billion. No, that's crazy.
Nigga, that's popping your shit. I fuck with that.
I ain't gonna
that's putting your proverbial dick on the table.
Yes, sir.
No, you want your real dick. I said proverbial, not real dick.
My BG started rubbing his chest when you said that. I heard, no, BG. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Round
pull one of his chest hairs and bounce back.
I heard some fucking wife beater material moving around when you said that, BG. Don't do that, bro.
Shut up. Yeah, so got no problem with that. I understand. What else?
Crunchy ass t-shirt.
Shut up, nigga. So apparently Xbox has been getting pressed into like giving up splits when it comes to certain deals because they are, third place. And when they do deals, the other party demands more from them, which goes into why it's like harder for them to like get certain deals that PlayStation has, and stuff like that. For example, when it came to Activision or ZeniMax, one of them, Microsoft was forced into like an 80-20 split.
Yeah, that was Activision. At the start of this generation, for the series generation, Kotick renegotiated, pretty much forced them into 80-20.
and threatened to take the not to release Call of Duty on the Series consoles.
So pretty much because, you know, when it comes to market share, Xbox is doing the worst. Yeah, they get pressed and kind of pushed around, you know, and people demand more money from them in order to, for example, get a game into Game Pass. You know, that comes with and that's why, like, yo, like these dudes who be swearing like software sales and hardware sales don't mean nothing. It means something to Xbox. And Xbox swear, oh, we don't care about consoles. Bro, if y'all sales wasn't so low, one, y'all wouldn't have to resort to Game Pass, and two, these deals that wouldn't be so fucking hard for y'all to get.
They a small market, man. Just like in sports, you gonna pay. The New Orleans Pelicans are gonna play more for the same player that will go to the Lakers. It's just when you're a small market, you got to do more to entice people. That's it. Simple.
Somebody called Xbox niche on Twitter, and I never thought about that, but they kind of are. Like it's crazy.
Xbox to be niche. That's the most popular niche product I've ever heard of.
Relative. It's relative.
Talking about it, bro.
It's relative, but they are kind of niche. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. You know, the $1 trillion company, the brand, them having the niche brand.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's in relative to Nintendo and PlayStation, they're niche. What else do I got? Oh yeah, so Bobby Kotick is also anti Game Pass. Jim Ryan, he says he believes Game Pass is value destruction, was his quote. And he said he's talked to a whole bunch of other executives, and they are also against Game Pass. The Strauss Zelnick or what? The CEO of Take Two.
Yeah, that's the name.
I probably butchered his name, but
that's his name.
Oh, okay. He's also came out and said, like, he does in very fancy words, he's not pro Game Pass. He doesn't believe in, you know, in putting the big banger, you know, AAA games in Game Pass day one. They believe like it's for smaller titles and for like catalog and library, but not the day one stuff.
But you know why they saying that? These are people that can release games and they can sell games for, you know, the next Rockstar game. They can put whatever price tag on that motherfucker they want and people gonna buy it, right?
Yeah.
So naturally they gonna say they don't want to put it in a fucking, yeah, of course. I mean, it's common sense.
Yeah.
Why would you be for making less money? Like, what the hell?
Yeah. And I mean, and we've said this, a lot of people have said this, but some people disagree with this and get upset. Like, but Game Pass is not for sellers. It's not for games that are that you believe are going to sell, that are in high demand by people. Because why would you put it in Game Pass? If you believe your game is going to sell and you have no doubt about it, you're not putting it in Game Pass. Nobody's doing it.
We remember why Game Pass exists. See, I don't want to harp on this shit, man. We all know why Game Pass got created, why it exists. It was years and years of console breakdown sales. They still trying to do this shit on Twitter, which is doing that console breakdown of where the game sold that shit whack now because of like Game Pass. But like, bro, we remember back even on N4G, man, it'd be 85% on fucking PlayStation, 1% on Switch, like 14% on it. Like, so that was just years of that, bro. So naturally, niggas on Xbox wasn't buying their games, bro. Like, so yeah, that's why Game Pass exists, bro. We already know what's going on. Yeah. I don't see why y'all. I don't know, man. Yeah,
and also they found through documents, Game Pass has exclusive contracts to block the release of games on PlayStation services. You know, PlayStation has apparently had similar shit. Both of these, what I do like about this trial,
it's exposing all the dirty details.
Exactly, and the fact that these CEOs talk so much shit about each other, like, because these dudes on Twitter be thinking like these suits are so like proper, and they have like the best business etiquette. And they just be talking some crazy, wild shit about each other. They really be thinking like, no, Jim Ryan loves Phil, and they all, because they stand on a stage at the Game Awards and shook hands. They love each other at the end of the day. No, they be talking shit about each other, bro. They don't like each other.
This shit a competition at the end of the day, bro. All that we brothers in arms bullshit, nigga. They trying to, they want to see death, destruction, and mayhem coming from the other side, bro. That's all it is, man. As it should be. That's what we should want. We shouldn't want them being all buddy friends and shit. I want to see some beef. I want tomorrow. I want Jim Ryan to tweet out, "Fuck Xbox and that fathead nigga Phil Spencer." I need him to tweet that out, nigga. I never say nothing bad about Jim Ryan ever again. I need some murder beef on the timeline. I'll just play that shit.
Yeah, they are not friends. So I'll stop acting like they are. Well, that's all like the details from like the fun stuff from the FTC hearing, and it's over now. I don't know when we get an announcement. I really don't. I just want to. It's done.
It's coming this week, right? Ain't that what Smooth said?
When we getting it, Smooth? When's the announcement?
I mean, well, it's the judge is keeping it sealed, so whoever wins, they're going to announce it.
Okay, cool.
Oh, so I mean, okay, that's what.
All right, cool. So and then it's finally going to be. Is there any other, I don't know, entity that needs to approve or deny after this decision? Are we done?
Well, technically, the CMA has their case on the 28th, but the chances are, if Xbox get this, if the FTC is denied the PI, then Xbox might just close over it regardless before they even get to thing with the CMA, or there's a strong belief that CMA would just come to some sort of like settlement. But we'll see. I just want it to be over for sure, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. Getting away from that stuff. What others? Oh, there's remakes. Red Dead 1 remake or remaster seems to be real. Because it was rated on, that Korean board, and that stuff doesn't get rated on there unless it actually exists. And there's been rumors for that, so that seems to be real. Along with Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, that's a remake or remaster. That seems to be real also. Yeah.
That Red Dead remake, is it just gonna be pretty much like that that up-res joint that was on the Xbox a few years ago? That was fucking beautiful, yo.
What?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I remember.
Yeah, no, you didn't see that bun? They got Red Dead 1 in 4K on the Xbox. That shit beautiful.
It did look good. It did look good on there.
That shit looked amazing.
It
That's
might
really
be,
all we need, low key.
Yeah, we don't need a full remake.
No, we just need a 60 FPS. That's all.
Yeah,
console wise,
something similar to what they did with the GTA, except not how they launched it, because they launched a mess. Something similar in that way.
This would also be the first time it comes to PC, wouldn't it? Like retail, not like streamed.
Yep, never was on PC. Yep.
I mean, y'all niggas was waiting years for that, bro.
Never came out. Fire.
Nope.
Love Red Dead 1. So, and I would play a remaster or a remake of Black Flag. So a lot of people are like, why are they remaking that one though?
I mean, they're not going to remake Red Dead Revolver. Like, what are they else?
No, I was talking about Assassin's Creed.
Black Flag.
Yeah, I was talking about Assassin's
Did people really like that ship combat, bro?
In Black Flag, I think so. I didn't.
I could stand that shit.
I actually didn't finish Black Flag, but Tarek is here to tell us, I'm sure.
No, it's the most accessible one. So the pirate shit was in that game, and that's what made them want to decide to make that pirate game, because of the success of Black Flag. Because I don't think Black Flag was a great Assassin's Creed game, but if you like pirates and shit, it's an excellent pirate game.
Okay,
so that's probably why they're making it, and I think they're canceling that pirate game. So that's probably why they're doing it.
Damn, this shit getting canceled again?
That Skulls and Bones game, whatever the fuck they call it, that's probably getting canceled.
No way, they released it. They not canceling. No way.
Yeah, they rebooted that game way too many times, bro.
Is it strange that PC gamers are going to pirate a game about pirating?
Like Inception, really.
You ever heard of the Jiggy League?
Yes,
hey man, sign me up, dog.
Hey BG, you got that story about them Last of Us leaks and rumors that just came out, good brother?
I actually did write that down somewhere. Wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how much like credence to give it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is that dude reliable? Like,
I saw the report. Okay, they said it comes from a dude from Reset Era, right? Yeah, the details are about some characters, right? Part of the plot will be about a group of scavengers surviving on the outskirts of a post-apocalyptic city, crammed into a Victorian house that serves as their base. And so here are the characters. Lucas, male. He's affable but develops a relationship with a young scavenger, and will have a turn that turns him to the dark side. Sounds like the motherfucker's a Jedi. But they say he turns to the dark side eventually. That's probably a fucking spoiler. I don't know. Mason, a male former soldier, when Val, that's another character, gets put in charge, Mason must choose between his loyalty between Ezra and the other people in the house. Val is a female. She's the leader of the group. Ezra is a male who wants to take over the house from Val. And Gracie, who's a female, age 18 to 25, and there's no details on this character. How does this type of shit
what game
leak
is
out?
this? Is this Factions? I'm about to say, is this Factions or Last of Us 3? Because they said they confused on which one it is.
Yeah, they're not sure. They're
It
not
sound
sure
more like Factions, but if it's Factions and that's to be believed what dude posted, he said they still hiring voice actors for this shit. Like, bro, what is this? Bro, is this game ever coming out, bro?
Yeah, it says Last of Us Part 3 is set to follow some new characters, and there's no mention of Ellie and Abby, but they say that this doesn't mean that they're not going to be in the game. It's just saying that if this is Last of Us Part 3 and not Factions that they're talking about, these are just going to be additional characters. But I don't know what to believe.
No.
I have no idea. No idea, but that's what the leak says. Yeah, we'll see. I don't want to talk about nothing Last of Us. I don't want to talk about Factions. Don't want to talk about 3 until I actually see some.
BG,
You want to make another bet?
When's Factions coming out again, BG?
I don't know what Factions is. What is that?
When's Factions 2 coming out?
What is that? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, will it come out before Metroid?
I don't. What come out? No idea what you're talking about.
He is defeated, Jack.
No idea what you're talking about, brother.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
What is that? Perfect Dark. I think I mentioned this last week. It's 2 to 3 years away, and they keep bringing up this episodic stuff. That it could be episodic. I don't believe that. Like I believe there's no way you could.
You might as well just give me my money, because if it's not coming out for 2 to 3 years, just pay me now.
Bring me my money.
So that means you think Tomb Raider's coming out in the next 1 to 2 years?
Yeah. I mean, they didn't spend all that money to acquire that studio, not to use one of their biggest IPs.
Less powerful. Like you think how quiet.
But like I said, you can concede up until the 12th of this month. You can concede any bet and get half off.
Why the 12th of this month?
Because the Steam Summer Sale's on.
Yeah, I just don't believe they're dumb enough to release an episodic game. I think that's like kind of
I
suicide.
think they would, because we thought the same thing about Hitman, and it actually turned out pretty well.
I guess. Okay, what else I got? MetaQuest Plus. Meta is releasing a subscription service for their VR games. I found that it's cheap. It's $7 a month and $59 a year, which is really low. But I still found it like bro, everything doesn't need a subscription service. I guess I feel like that, especially since VR games are extremely cheap. Like the most expensive VR games typically be like $30.
Actually, this makes a lot of sense that VR would have a subscription, simply because a lot of those experiences are, I wouldn't say shallow, but they are pretty, one-dimensional.
Yeah.
A lot of people not gonna spend $12 to play Walk the Plank Simulator, or does that make more sense in a subscription where you just load that bitch up, play it? Okay, cool. You're not about to individually pay $5, $8, $10 for little shit that's only gonna keep your attention for a couple hours.
I get it.
So it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I'm like, these VR games are so damn cheap. Like, you can get like sometimes 3-4 VR games for what the price of a full, a $70 game is sometimes. So,
speaking of VR, I beat Pixel 1978. I just started Hubris a couple days ago. So yeah, we cooking. Yeah. We cooking with the VR.
Yeah. All right. This game called Trepang 2 came out. I think it was like a week or so ago. I don't know if anybody cares, but it's the first-person shooter. I got a code for it. I don't think I'm gonna play it. I think it got like it's in the 60s on Metacritic, something like that. Just mentioning it. What else do I got? Oh yeah, the Lord of the Rings Gollum developer. They closed down, or they got like what do you call it? Their parent studio, they kind of like folded back under them because Gollum was such a goddamn disaster. So yeah, that studio is gone now. They're like folded back under.
Damn.
That's
So
it.
they're not going to fix the game. This is why most guys. I'm not saying I ain't buy it or anything like that, but I'm just saying that.
Can this game be fixed? I don't know. Seems that bad.
Hey, that man that just was on there, he said our demands are too high, bro. We gotta relax.
Yeah. Okay. What else? Oh, Baldur's Gate 3 is launching 4 weeks early on PC. And it's been delayed on PS5. So it's coming out later on PS5 this year. It's coming out earlier on PC. For those of you interested.
I know earlier this year people were hyped about that game.
Yeah.
For some odd reason.
Yeah,
So-
I really don't know what to think about that game. I gotta see. You know, I don't know if something I would buy. Regarding Starfield, so Bethesda partnered with AMD for this, so it's gonna have FSR, and some people were upset about this because it's not apparently not gonna have DLSS. Any quick thoughts on this? No DLSS. People don't like FSR as much.
Yep, I agree.
Don't.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, I don't really,
Okay.
care, but I know people were making a big deal about this, that graphics cards having, games having exclusive, like, I guess, features, and people hate when developers and games partner with AMD, because if they do that, that means DLSS is not going to be an option, at least not for launch. And ray tracing is probably not an option as well. But hey, at the end of the day, to me, it makes sense. Xbox is an AMD pretty much product. So, and the features, they're going to share features across console and PC. And I stick by what I said. This is going to be a game that, a lot of people just assume they're going to hit super high frame rates, and it's not. So,
okay. Well, yeah, like, I don't think it's a huge deal. I do prefer DLSS. I hate when I don't see it there. But it is what it is. What else? Oh my God. Dying Light had a update. Dying Light 2 had a big update, new animations. They made the night darker. That was like a big complaint people had, that like the game wasn't actually dark at night. More infected, new parkour
It definitely
moves.
wasn't.
Yeah, new parkour moves, and they overhauled the night experience completely. So the best,
You know what I love?
the best time to
reveal something
play
to you guys?
The best time to play Dying Light 2 is now, like a year after it launched.
I
More
think
than that.
Dying Light 2 to me is a hard game.
How?
Like, I don't know what it is. It's like, it just doesn't, like, it's I don't know. I just find the game difficult. I don't know. It's because I don't
The
want
most
to do
difficult part is. Go ahead.
No, what's the most difficult part? Please help me.
Sitting through the narrative, nigga. Having to click X for them doing 40-piece dialogues about her missing her cat food. That was the hardest part.
Nah,
And
I
on
just
top of that, I'm
struggle. I
really glad.
struggle with both Dying Light games. I struggle with the first one, and I struggle with this one. I had to drop it, and it just I don't know.
This might
man.
be this might be an experience you need to play with friends, but I'm really glad this news came out, because when Dying Light 2 first came out, I was one of the main people saying the physics on this game are not good. It's wonky. It's not as ragdoll effect as the first game. And people said I was dumb. People said I was tripping. I was overlooking it. You see, these niggas made a whole overhaul of that system. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay. CD Projekt Red, a developer from CD Projekt Red, said that he feels that it became a cool thing to not like Cyberpunk 2077 after launch. He said, I actually believe Cyberpunk on launch was way better than it was received, and even the first reviews were positive. Then it became a cool thing to not like. I don't know what the fuck this guy is talking about. He made it seem like people just decided to not like the game just for the game, like no other reason. He literally doesn't even mention like any of the huge technical issues that the game has. He literally pretended like those didn't even exist. And yeah, the game had great reviews in the beginning because those were the PC reviews, not the console reviews, like which they hid, as we know.
He essentially is going, come on, guys, it wasn't that bad. You know the vibes. Y'all know the vibes. That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah, it was weird. Like just acting like people just started hating on it for no reason. Like, nah, brother, they had reasons, my guy. It was clear as day. But all right, he's an idiot. Final Fantasy 16 sold 3 million in a little less than a week. Good numbers. Good numbers.
Right. And in the second week, it dropped off by 78%. Like I said, it would.
Most games do that.
Yeah, but this one hit it a little harder.
I don't know about that. Literally, most games do that.
A whopping 78%.
Smooth. I lied to you. There's a list of game drop offs.
I know
in the
games
second
drop
week.
off, but
like I remember, like Uncharted 4 had like a 72% drop off in the second week.
What dropped off 78%?
Final Fantasy 16.
Final Fantasy 16 sales in the second week. But like Uncharted 4 did that. Red Dead Redemption 2 did that. Every game that has like good sales in the first week has like a 70% drop off. That's completely normal. I'm just telling you. There's a list of games. You could look it up, and like almost all of them do that. So, what else? Let's see. Yeah, I think we Annapurna had a show, but I didn't watch that shit. Jack, you care about Annapurna games? Anything noteworthy
Stray
from them?
coming to Xbox August 10th.
I actually didn't get to see the show, but I do like Annapurna games.
Okay, Stray going to Xbox. Saw that they weren't interested unless it was going to Game Pass. Shout out to y'all.
Man, y'all go buy that game, man. Stop doing that, bro.
There was also a Bandai Namco show. I didn't watch it. I don't know if they actually showed anything noteworthy.
When do these shows be going on, bro? I do not be seeing this shit.
Everybody doesn't need a show. That's the problem. Everybody's having a damn show. I think it was yesterday. Let me see. Everything. Some of y'all need to be banned from having a show. That was a whole bunch of anime shit. Naruto X Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections. What is this? Batten Kaido HD remaster. Sword Art Online. Sandland. Juju Tutsu. Kaizen? What are these weird shit?
Jujutsu Kaisen, BG. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jesus Christ, he's butchering
that's what it
everything.
says? Okay.
This nigga said Juju Batutu. This nigga said Juju Batutu, man. In the fucking stream, bro. I don't even watch this shit and I knew how to pronounce it,
Some
bro.
weird ass anime
Nigga said Juju Batutu.
Weeb
Get
shit.
the fuck out of here.
Weeb shit, bro. I don't know. Who watches this
That
anime
Sandland
shit?
game look kind of dated too, bro. I would say this. If they don't keep doing these anime games, I was just saying this last night in the Discord. Can we get some realistic graphics, bro? I feel like Dragon Ball Z would hit so much harder if it wasn't always cell shaded and shit like that.
It's animation. What the fuck do you mean?
I know that.
So you just want like a photorealistic dress, but
I think that should be lit. I think that shit would be lit.
I think that'll look crazy just cause like they hairstyles and certain shit.
Nigga, they can make it work. They can make it work.
Jack, right though. How would you hear that? How would that hairstyle translate?
Yeah, that's
nigga. You got
graphics.
Does Street Fighter niggas hair stand up or not?
Oh man,
y'all acting like this shit would be impossible to put.
It's not
I said
impossible.
hair.
I just think it might look a little awkward.
That shit would look fucking lit, bro.
How did they do it in the movie?
The nigga has some X gel in his hair. I don't know, but
okay.
I tell you what, I've been playing Dragon Ball Z games since I was a kid. All them shits look the exact same. I need something different to look at.
Niantic, which is the developer of Pokemon Go, is doing a restructure. 200 layoffs. They canceled their upcoming Marvel game that they were working on. Legend of Heroes comes out this week, right, Bond? Trails into Reverie?
Oh yeah, into Reverie. Actually, I don't know if I could say, but I know some people that got early review copies that are playing it. They're already on the Discord.
So I looked into this, right, Bond? So like, but I was getting a whole bunch of different information from what I Googled. If somebody wanted to get into Legend of Heroes, there's like 3 games that you have to play before this.
This is Cold Steel is the 3rd arc. So imagine, right now you'd be watching Dragon Ball Z coming in on the Buu Saga.
Oh, okay. That's why I think it's like it's definitely better. Like I think as an RPG, if you make it like where people don't have to play like a bunch of the games before it.
I mean, you
it's hard to
don't.
get
You don't
into it.
have. Okay, you ever watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
No, but of course I know what it is. But I never
Okay,
watched
you
it.
don't need to technically watch the prior ones, but if you do,
Okay. Well, you'll talk about that next week, I'm sure.
Fire.
High-Rez Studios also doing a whole bunch of reorganization and layoffs. Layoffs. I think that's. Oh yeah, Synapse VR coming out this week. That's looking like a must-play VR game. Very excited for it. Comes out on Tuesday. Oh yeah, that's July 4th. Banger, love it.
see, VR comes out on a holiday because ain't nobody gonna play it.
Oh man, I think I'm gonna be it. Nah, I'm actually gonna be outside. I'm gonna play it in the morning though. I think I'm gonna be outside.
Yeah, let me know that. I'm not sold on that game just yet.
I don't know. They saying that might be the one.
Have you looked at gameplay?
I have. It looks really good. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. All right, let me just check some shit. Check the Patreon because I didn't get to any Patreon. I don't know if there was a trivia submitted. Let me check real quick. We finished a little bit. Finishing a little bit on time. Okay, Dizzy. Trivia question from Dizzy. What did the Dead Space team study to try and make the carnage and gore in the game look as realistic as possible? Is it A, 90s horror movies, B, other gory games, C, dead bodies, or D, all of the above?
I'm gonna say fuck.
It's not an answer.
No, because that dead body shit, I feel like that was Mortal Kombat.
Wait, read the options again. Read the options again. I'm sorry.
Did they study 90s horror movies, other violent and gory games, or C, dead bodies? D is all of the above.
I'm gonna say D. Fuck it.
I'm gonna say all the above.
I'm gonna say horror movies.
All the above.
Okay. The answer is C. The team spent weeks studying actual dead bodies and car wreck victims.
That's disgusting.
I thought the Mortal Kombat devs said that. They must have.
And they really should get checked. I remember before I could get my license, they had made us do this class, and we watched like this videos of what happens in car wrecks when people drive drunk, and it was really actual footage of like people picking like brains and shit up off the turf.
They normally do that. They normally do that at prom.
Oh my god, dude! Like yeah.
Hey man, that dismemberment, I like it. It was a good thing. Okay, let me check if there's any last super chats.
Huh?
You moaned in my ear. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay.
I clear my throat. Pause.
I clear your throat.
Oh God.
There you go.
Is there what's the possibility of y'all coming on the podcast and being straight for one episode? Is that possible?
You holding up a mirror while you saying this, motherfucker?
Don't talk crazy to me, Jack.
Now you flirt. You a fucking weirdo.
Don't talk crazy to me, nigga. Pride month
BG,
was over. You need to rein it in, Jack.
It take two to tango.
Pride month was done 3 days ago.
Regular month is over.
Yeah, Jack and Alex, y'all need to relax now.
Nigga, I'm the straightest dude on the pod. What are you talking about?
Just like LGBT people think like the whole year is y'all's. No, stick to that month.
The straight. Okay, man. I don't even know what to say, bro.
They about to come pack.
Jack, you posted your ass crack on Twitter like 2 months in a row.
You're the equivalent of RuPaul on Drag Race, nigga. If that's what you mean by straightest person on the show, nigga.
Just because I have a drag name like in the tuck does not mean I'm actually a drag queen.
You thought about what your drag name would be? You freak ass.
Yeah, Brittany Brittany Bowlegs.
Oh my god, that's like a porn name.
What's your name?
Brittany Bowlegs.
I'm act up.
This nigga thought about what his dead name would be if he transitioned. You crazy?
Nah, my girl watched Drag Race, bro. I was just in the bed watching it with her. What you want me to do?
What would my name be?
Yours would be because you know what it is. It's always a play on words. So yours would be like, I don't know, pies, biscuit. I don't know. It's got to be something.
I think mine would be Little Dick Bit Clit. Because like for a dick is little, right? But if it was a clit, it'd be nice.
Jack, what are you talking about,
the grizzly bear? Or is that too on the nose?
Too on the nose.
Because you're from Memphis. Okay.
I like my name. Yes, sir.
Y'all are.
How about instead of Zataran, Zatarass? Something like that. That could be
That's
you.
red pick right
BG and the pod to go to the next
Yeah.
topic.
Forget it, Brian. He said what?
What would my name be?
Shut up, Jack.
Gallagher. His name would be Gallagher. It's a drag name. Ryan Gallagher.
No, it'd be like Strong Shin Rebecca or something. I don't fucking know.
Forget it, Brian said. What are y'all thoughts on bad
Well,
bits?
yeah, hold on. I got a good one right now. I got a good one now. You know what Jack's name would be? His name would be Musty Mike.
Mm.
I like it. I like it.
Musty Mike coming to the stage.
Yes,
That's kind of fire.
Forget it, Brian. What are your thoughts on BattleBits success? What the hell is BattleBits?
It is
That's like that,
Battlefield for the Switch, basically.
Really?
Ain't it like a cubic? Isn't it a cubic style type game? It's like Roblox characters, right?
Yeah, I
That's what
thought
it
you was
looked like.
playing these games, man. What's going on, brother?
Well, you know that's not true.
What is everybody playing right now, anyway?
Oh no, y'all not doing this. And
Call of Duty,
Bandai.
Rocket League.
No. Y'all not.
Battlefield.
Y'all doing this on purpose. And Bandai 1080i says my weekly donation to the Teach BG to read. You can't even write properly. See, this is they do this on purpose, right? They write an incoherent sentence, then make me read it and make it seem like I can't read. This literally says my weekly donation.
It literally says my weekly donation to Teach the BG to Read Fund.
No, it says
It's
to
not
the
that hard.
Teach BG to read fund.
Yeah,
Like
to the Teach BG to Read Fund. It's not that hard.
That's not proper.
You just read the
syntax.
letters on the screen. My weekly donation to the Teach BG to Read Fund.
That's not proper
It's not
syntax,
hard.
but I ain't gonna get into it. Anyway,
Okay.
somebody else. Oh, damn it. Did somebody else just donate?
If he
Jazzy
italicized it, it would make sense.
Jazzy Jefferson. Bandai Namco always shows anime licensed games at Anime Expo every year. That's why you won't see stuff like Tekken 8 on there. Okay. Thank you, good sir. Some Patreon stuff real quick. Jason Quaid, he says, praise Jigga. RDR Remaster is now rumored to come out as soon as August. It got rated by the Korean ratings boards. We talked about that. Okay. Earl Walker, time and time again, you guys don't answer this question right. Let's try again. What is Superman's ultimate power? 1, his flight. 2, super strength. 3, telekinesis. 4, heat vision. Okay.
5. What's the 5th one?
You gonna finish the question, bro?
5 all the above?
No, it's out of 4. And
But
then
why-
he gave
why
an
did
answer.
you make
You read so fast, it seemed like you
He
had
said-
something else to say.
4, heat vision? And then you stop talking.
Yeah,
What the-
what the fuck?
Just answer the goddamn question.
Why did you do a fast fade?
Why did- you stood up on your chair when you said the 4th one. Why'd you do that?
Wait.
What
Isn't he
just sitting there
faster
watching
than the
this nigga
speeding
finish?
bullet?
Like, what the fuck?
Hey, Jack, he put one finger in there when he said the 4th option.
Hey, bitch, what the fuck going on, man?
Answer the question. What's his greatest strength?
Someone left.
Okay, start from 4 and then go back down to 1. I don't remember the option.
He said flight, super strength, telekinesis, and heat vision.
Telekinesis.
Heat vision.
I'm gonna say flight.
I want to say heat vision too.
He can go to space.
Not meat vision, Jack. Heat vision.
I said heat.
Okay. I know you hungry, so I had to. Well, he says.
Should I go get pop?
Earl Walker says the answer is telekinesis.
Damn.
Oh, Bond right again. Imagine that.
What a fucking world.
Okay, it's time for us to get out of here. We
Fine.
will.
Whoa, we getting out early today?
Yes, 8:40
Nigga,
before
we going after
8:45. We still
Well, I think-
technically went above 3 hours, but it's fine.
I think if we get out before 9, you should just read some super chats from the Patreon up until 9, then we'll get out of here.
Oh, what?
Okay.
He wanted to read Patreon questions till 8.
You want me to read After Dark Patreon questions?
I mean, we got 15 minutes.
Nah, y'all gotta pay for that. I'm sorry.
LOL. Hey, y'all, I'm gonna start uploading the bootleg version somewhere. Y'all go look for the link. Look for the link.
I know what you on, brother.
You gonna pull a flag and then snitching?
Hey, man, $6 a month gets you 4 After Darks. That's like at bare minimum 20 hours of extra content. 6 hours for 20 hours, bro. Sign up. Best deal in gaming. Go support that.
Better than
Patreon.com/Weapon Wheel
Gamepass.
Podcast.
Hey, BG, if I tweet you and say like Happy Easter, would that be weird since we're not friends on Twitter? That's a real question. Would you say anything back, or would you leave me on red?
You want to be my friend? Is that what you're saying? You lonely?
Not even. I just want to. Not even. I'm just saying if you would respond.
Maybe I'll respond because your tweets be
took too long.
Isn't your account private? I hate that about you.
Nah, my account public now.
Okay.
I was talking reckless when I first got my job, but now I'm comfortable, so I put it on public.
Nigga, you asked to fuck me today.
Huh?
Yeah, go read this man Twitter. Come on, bro.
What? What are you talking about, nigga? What?
You tagged me in that Jalen Green video.
Oh.
Yo.
Hey, maybe I should go back private. I forgot I did.
Speaking of Jalen's, how did Jalen Rose get let go, but they kept Malika Andrews?
You know what's going on.
Didn't they get rid of Max too?
Yeah. I really like Jay Will and Max. I like that show.
That show was ass when I watched it.
No, it wasn't. I like that show.
Can I get that ass right now?
You know I was ass, BG. They never knew what the fuck they were talking about. Ever.
I disagree.
Is Undisputed still on hiatus?
Yeah, like, did they replace Shannon yet?
Nope.
Not yet.
This is what I don't understand about Jay Will, Keyshawn, and Max, right? Jay Will always got all these opinions about basketball. The nigga's a football player. And fucking Jay Will always got all the opinions about football. She's like, bro, just stick to what y'all... You could tell they don't know what the fuck they talk about, bro. Their opinions was fucking horrible. I did like the show, but their opinions was fucking horrible. And Max just didn't never know what the fuck he was talking about most of the time. Like, he would bring up these dumbass points when nobody talked about. And
is that the dude that screamed Iguodala?
Yeah, they spent fucking hours trying to figure out what the fuck Max talking about.
Give me Iguodala. Max funny as hell.
Can I get that ass right now?
The worst Max Kellerman take of all time was the Cliff.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Who was talking about Tom Brady, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was like a 7-year thing. Like it never ended.
What's the Cliff? What is it? Do we have enough time to explain that to me?
Tom Brady would fall off a cliff, meaning his skill would pretty much deteriorate and he would be irrelevant.
He done been in like 3 or 4 Super Bowls.
And then he won like 3 Super Bowls after that.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But that
Max Kellerman, he just be screaming like everything he says. He's shouting. That's why.
But the thing is,
he had expertise in boxing. Like he know
people
about
kill
boxing.
him for that take, but most of us thought that too, bro. Most of us thought he was gonna fall off after that, bro. Like, let's be real.
Hey man,
So
they ain't say it on national TV though. That's the difference.
Yeah, you're right. Want Iguodala? Wasn't the question like if a clutch for
last
clutch
shot?
Yeah, he'd take Iguodala over Steph. But Kellerman will survive because he'll just go back to HBO or boxing or some shit. He'll just be strictly boxing.
Can I get that ass right now? Can I get that ass right now?
Sir. That was a bang.
All right, we getting out of here. 8:45. We appreciate y'all watching. Hit the like button. We'll catch y'all next week. Planet Xbox episode 7 goes publicly live tomorrow morning. It's on Patreon right now. If you subscribe to the After Dark tier, which is also $6. Oh, look at that! More content at the $6 tier. You should sign up for that.
Sir.
Best deal in gaming.
You think these ads work?
What do they talk about on Planet Xbox besides like the FTC shit?
Xbox stuff.
We're well rounded, Bond.
You gotta go watch and find out.
Intros, I'm gonna be honest.
Jack well rounded too. You see that nigga?
Hey, you a fucking
that was heat, BG.
You a fucking freak.
Okay, BG getting better at delivery. I'll fuck with it.
All right, man.
All right.
I said delivery and Jack got hungry.
I have I had some Zaxby's during the podcast and it was very mediocre. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we don't got nothing else, right? I actually went hiking yesterday, but that's you can find out those details in After Dark. See how I'm enticing y'all, and I'm enticing y'all to get After Dark.
You went hiking? What the fuck?
I went hiking, bro. I went real talk.
They had some Yettles on top of the mountain, nigga. Where you went hiking to?
Yeah, I went hiking. I went hiking really too. We'll be able to compare notes now.
Yeah, we're going. If you want to know my story about me going hiking, After Dark, and we're out of here, people.
Oh,
Peace.
Wait, I want to do my outro. What the heck?
Okay. Do your outro.
This is an ad that tricked my auntie, and if you ever lie to somebody, please never lie. Never lie to somebody.
Did God of War Ragnarok ever get DLC or even the original game?
The original game,
no. Did it?
Well, it's outfits. It ain't like no story shit.
Yeah, no.
Neither got a DLC. Jack, outro.
I am also the NHL ad that took Alex's auntie, and thanks for watching, guys.
All right, Smooth.
All right, man. Thank you for watching. Check out Planet Xbox episode 7 on Patreon, and check it out tomorrow on BG's channel. And yes, stay subscribed, stay supporting. All right, talk to you guys later.
Bond.
Peace.
Right about Superman, right about AEW, right about Final Fantasy. So I just got 2 words for you.
Yes.
What's the words?
Nothing.
I'm
End
just
nothing. End the podcast.
Okay. My wife is gonna do my outro. What do you want? Go ahead. Now you want to be shy? Say something.
Come here.
Send us out. Send us out. You gotta send us out.
All right, y'all. Thanks so much for joining tonight's episode. BG and BG wife out.
There you go.
Fire.
Hey, BG, she said I'll die. She single?
Shut your ass up, Jack. We out.
Fire.
Get awake.
No. Right. Plenty of tried and plenty of failed. You can run and hide, but you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Name another squad that wanna test it, I'm beating them still. Bye. No, you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Right. I know my bro king got me. See, that's a black bond that can't be broken. No Idris Elba, I'm a black bond, aiming a scope and all black panel. You can never try playing us token. Yeah, we playing games, but now one of us playing or joking. Not at all. Oh wait, then Jack Move came in with the trophies, God in a lane of its own. Like, how can you gamers approach me? Tell kids move to body you in Halo, then send your family an angel emoji. You should've known, dog, you ain't got enough Series X's. Blind got all the answers, no, you ain't gotta ask Siri questions. All the latest gaming news, gotta be here to check it. Since 2015 and beyond, I'm just here to respect it. When you at the top of your tier, it's a blessing. From the bottom, so no way we appear to be desperate. This for anybody doubting, I'm clearing a message. And if you ever had a problem, I'm here to correct. Plenty of fail. You can run and hide, but you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Name another squad that wanna test it, I'm beating them still. No, you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Right. I know what it is, man. Weapon World Podcast, y'all know what we got in the building, man. We got BG. We got Kid Smooth, we got Jack Move, we got Black Bond, I mean. Blandrew, I mean, what you can't all strafe us, bro. Like, the strafe too strong.